Well, either way, welcome everyone. I'm really happy to have you all here. I know the plan for today was originally to play more split fiction with Kieran Valor, but we had some scheduling conflicts and he is busy off doing some really cool, fun stuff today. So that has been rescheduled to Tuesday, I believe. I believe it's also has been announced on my Instagram if you need to see the schedule for the week over there, as well as it is also up on Twitch. So, yay to that. As for what we're doing here today, then though, I thought it might be fun to just hang out, nice, have some nice chill vibes. Maybe do like a little mini Q&A session where you guys can ask anything in chat and I will answer it. If you relate to just like, hey, me starting streaming, anything art and animation related, general, just hey, get to know me stuff, all good. Um, oh hi there, Optimus. Nice to see you. Yeah, I'm having I'm having a pretty good Easter. It's been nice and chill, nice and chill. How about you? Also, I do think that is it for any kind of announcements or other. Spotify was turned all the way down for you guys. I'm so sorry. um, stuff. So I think we can go ahead and get straight into drawing and Q&A stuff. Which I realized I need to actually lock some of this stuff back up again because I had to move it for stream. Alright, so I believe the first Q&A question that I ended up getting was over on my Instagram, which asked, how do I go about making characters? So the process really varies a whole ton based off of things such as what's the character going to be used for, or maybe also just, you know, general, is this a character that's going to be a kind of a story first approach or going to design first? It really just depends. However, I have been working on something recently, so I'm going to show you how my process went with that. I did also make sure to take some pictures of my actual physical sketchbook here before stream. Oh, I'm glad you had a great family lunch. That's always really nice to hear. Did you eat anything tasty? I know a lot of people like to, you know, have like a nicer dinner or lunch or something on Easter. So holidays are always such a good time for great food, I'll be honest. But yeah, so this is a dude that I doodled recently. Ooh, brisket's delicious. Doodled recently while I was in class, don't tell anyone. And the concept for this little guy is that he's going to be a group of part of a group of 5 villains who are each symbolizing a different stage of grief in a story I am writing to then later animate. So this dude is supposed to be symbolizing, hold up, I have it written here, bargaining. So I had the idea of, hey, maybe, you know, what goes along with bargaining? There is maybe like things are like deals, or I've been in a law class recently, so like, you know, contracts, all the types of things. I'm like, hey, what if he's made up of all these different like lists, and then we see this like shadowy like cave, and he's all cloaked, you can't see his face, and he's very just like very kind of obsessed with that kind of stuff. Thank you for not telling my teachers. I know you know some of them. I don't know if you know this one though, so I might be off the hook either way. And so I kind of just ran with that concept and started like going in with some then general shapes, such as this little, I really like whenever hoods have like a really nice good shapiness to them here, and did some like, you know, nice slopey stuff on the shoulders, wrapping around the arms here. You can see a little bit of the actual exposed arm here, which I might want to do something fun with that in the future. And then I also played around with these more paper-like strands in here with the with like the end of the hood, kind of like that same way that some characters like Link have that like pointy like flappy bit on the back of their hood. I decided to play around with that, make it a little bit more papery. Same thing with like the end of the cloak of like, what if it's split off into these two ends? Had some fun stuff going on there. And then I thought, like, okay, we need to bring this back to, like, some sort of, like, not just dude make it out paper. So there's going to be all these little, like, I'm not actually going to write anything in unless I do eventually want to hide a little secret in there somewhere. All this little writing all across him. And so it was very just loose, just throwing things down and see what worked. And this is going to be probably pretty close to the final design for this dude whenever I do finally sit down and make some nicer concepts. But I can assure you this is not the first time I've tried making this guy right here, because I have sketchbooks and sketchbooks from like the past 4 years that occasionally have concepts for like all these 5 characters, and basically until recently none of them have really stuck. In that same regard, funnily enough, is also this dude, which I am not completely sold on the design yet, but it's also the closest I have gotten thus far to something I like and has the kind of approach I want. You can tell this was done on the same piece of paper, same Doodle session, because you can see the back end of that guy's tailcoat right there. But this is kind of like another side of that, of just kind of throwing things on paper. You see my first, like, kind of concept here. I believe this was supposed to be the concept for the first villain in this kind of stages of grief themed characters, to where this one was supposed to be, well, is going to be denial. So I had the idea of, like, you know, this character's in denial about, like, there being other stronger foes out there, or other people that can defeat him, which in this case are going to be the heroes who actually can defeat him. And so I had the idea of just, like, going off another character have, and I had these horns. I'm like, okay, these are nice and cool. We got some good shapes here. What if we just add even more of them? And so I just kind of kept going in like this, and just adding a whole ton of shapes, which I'll be honest, it got very chaotic very quickly, and there's almost a little bit too much going on here, I will fully admit. However, from this just noodling around, trying other things, I was able to come up with the idea of, hey, what if we have this, like, larger hair, horn, something or other piece that's kind of covering one eye to allude to the fact that they are blind to the fact that they are other people that are strong as well, or just kind of adding to that sense of denial within the character. And once I had that idea, it spun off into this one, which is a little bit closer to what I want to end up doing. And I had the idea of, hey, why can't we just do an actual, like, bandana, like, mask thing covering his eyes to actually show that he's kind of blind to this, or in denial about this, going further back into his character. And so it kind of just started rolling with vibes from there of just, like, this very cool, very full of himself kind of character. So I'm like, okay, what if we give him this cool crop jacket that has a stupid large zipper, because I'm a Splatoon fan at the end of the day, who Splatoon 2 is my first game. You gotta love a stupidly large zipper. And then from there, also just working on some, like, general, like, hey, what's a cool shape? Let's add something at the waist just to, you know, mess around. Let's see what happens there, which was one of the parts I'm a little bit more iffy on, so I'm gonna play around with that more later. Have, like, I want to do, like, a nice, like, tight-fitting, like, black kind of shirt to kind of show off maybe, like, the muscles of this character, because if he's very fighting-oriented, his design should reflect that. Also want to give him a very, like, cocky grin, some nice eyebrows, which I will likely be drawing inspiration from a few different sources that do a really great job at having some characters that emote with their eyebrows a lot, which is always fun. And I thought, like, a nice, like, spiky hairdo that almost kind of looks like flames would really add to that hot-headed vibe that I wanted this character to have. So overall, my approach to designing characters tends to be a little bit of, like, know who the character is, know how they present themselves, and then also just a little bit of, like, hey, what's fun and does a little bit of storytelling for you? Because, I mean, the characters exist in a visual medium for a reason. It's just tell a story. Their design should also tell a little bit of a story, just because, you know, it's the good part of art and animation. I'm gonna hide this little guy over here. I know there's one other question that was asked on Instagram before I want to open up to all y'all in chat. Do. There it is. What got me into art? Okay. I'm also gonna just start doodling stuff during this one. Because doodling's fun. You cannot stop me. Only question is what to doodle now. You know, we'll just start with like some sort of nice chibi, and we'll figure out what character it is when we get there. Just because chibis generally have very, very similar proportions and a little bit of vibes, so I can kind of force something to work in there a bit. But what got me into art? So I've always just kind of been very, very art and animation. I kind of always loved it as a medium ever since I was a kid, to where looking back on it, my mom jokes it was kind of obvious I was going to get into animation just because I was always, like, whenever we watched movies at home, I would always want to try and, watch, like, the director's commentary version or all the behind the scenes that came on the DVDs afterwards, to where she jokes that, like, it should have been a little bit of a sign of what was to come, which she's not wrong, it absolutely was in retrospect. But, what really kind of, like, started that for me, though, was a mixture of, on my math papers, and I want to say 7th grade, I started just doodling all sorts of random stuff on there from, like, I was a lot of Pokemon and a lot of Minecraft, because what else is a 7th grader to do? Just, it's great, we love those things. You know, I showed my mom some of them, and she's like, hey, you know what? You should maybe take an art class next year. You know, just, I don't know, creative outlet, I guess. And funnily enough, I also was not vibing with choir at the time, so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to have another class next semester, not semester, get time in college brain mode right now, that I'm going to have another elective open next year in 8th grade, so I was like, you know what? We'll try art. We'll see how we feel about it, and we'll take an 8th grade art class. And I'll be honest, while there wasn't really the most that I necessarily learned from that, it was also just a great way to get like a few of those foundationals in, and just have time that was dedicated to drawing in any capacity, since that's what a lot of the class was, of just draw something, go for it, kids, be creative. And, so because of that, it kind of made me realize, oh, okay, this is really fun, and I think I'm going to start doing this more. And I started to realize, I think I want to get into this as, like, a career down the line, which, funnily enough, I took the fact that I liked this, and I think at the time, Breath of the Wild had just come out, and I was loving that and some other games. And so my dumb little 7th grade brain was just like, okay, I like art, I like stories, I like the visual of all this, what should I do for a career? Programming. Because programmers are definitely the ones that make all the pretty moving things and decide on the colors and the compositions. Thankfully in high school, I was able to figure out that, hey, after like 2 years and taking every programming class that my school had to offer, that programmers do not do that necessarily. It's usually more of like the animators, the concept artists, and like all those other people in the pipeline. So we were able to figure that one out before we went off to college for animation now. So yeah, that's how I kind of got into art, and funnily enough, I'm also getting a certificate in game design now. So it kind of all worked its way back around to where I am also still doing programming somehow. Oh yeah, JoJo's is a great way to get into art. The art stuff of JoJo's is so fun. I'm a sucker for anything that like just has like a very stylized take on anything, or just kind of has a very like unique look to it. And JoJo's has a lot of that, between like just like the way they draw a lot of their characters, like that very like muscular feel, to just like those vivid colors. It's very fun. I need to get back into watching the show, I'll be honest. I really just I really did just like kind of like watch a little bit of part 1 and then kind of accidentally dipped out. Whoops. But it's a great show. It's a great show. Speaking of great shows. Has anyone, by chance, gone ahead and, I know that there was a, show by Glitch Productions. I think the pilot episode just came out this past week called The Gaslight District. I watched it the other day, and it's just another example of that, like, really good, having a strong sense of stylized animation, and it is really fun, and I'm really excited to see where the show goes. I will not lie, I'm a tiny little bit squeamish with some things, and there was one part where I was like, okay, maybe we watch the rest of this later, because I think I was either about to go to bed, or I was eating at the, dinner at the time or something. It was late at night, my brain stopped working, and just processing time. But, like, I woke up the next morning fully refreshed and was still vibing with it just as heavily. To where it's good time. It's a good time. Yeah. No, there's a lot of shows that we need to watch. There's just a lot of good stuff out there. It's hard to not always, have something that you need to watch, I swear. And yeah, they were talking about that earlier. I mean, let's be honest, a lot of our friends are very into indie animation, to where I'm very not surprised of that they were possibly talking about it too. Okay, I've gone basically as far as I can without deciding who this character actually is, so we should probably decide that now. I'm gonna open up to you guys, chat. Do you have any ideas for who this chibi should end up being? Because I am fully drawing a blank. You really should keep up with indie animation, though. There's some good stuff. If need be, I will absolutely drag you into this myself. It will be a problem for both of us. Oh, Nobara would be cute. Hold up. I'm gonna grab reference image. Nobara JJK. Images. Let's see if we can get like a full body shot so I can get the uniform right too. Fun fact, if you try to Google images of Nobara, it is mostly either like close-ups, fan art, or screenshots from the anime, none of which are full body reference. So we might just have to choose the best, and maybe we pull up multiple refs just for the sake of accuracy. Oh, there we go. Pinterest is coming in clutch. Oh, thank you. I should be all good though, but thank you for go ahead and sending this to me either way. All right. Paste that in here. Look at our girl. We could also maybe do something with change up the pose a little to do a little bit like give her her hammer or something. Could be super fun too. Okay. Where do we want to start with this? I think I might go for like a face out approach just because it's fun. It adds personality to the character right away. It's good. It's good. So I keep looking over to where the reference is not to see the reference image, which, fun fact, that doesn't really work. So that one is completely on me. I should probably look at the actual ref instead of just winging it. You know what? Let's pull in like a close-up ref too, just because the one I've got is very a little bit low quality, I won't lie. Regretting closing that window the second I got the images now. Nope, not videos. We don't need videos of her right now. We need images. Okay, what's a good ref? Okay, this one's nice and fun. It's a little cut off at the top, but you know what? I'm really wanting it more for the eye shape more than anything, so it works. And we'll just put her right there for right now because we're drawing the face first, so we don't really care if the body's covered right now. Okay, I might also pull up one of my old chibis as reference because I fully do not remember if I normally draw noses with them or not. So that one's on me. That one is fully on me. But you know what? That's what I get for not drawing this art style for an extended period. Where would a chibi be in my folders? I've definitely drawn chibi of you. Okay, yeah, I do draw noses. Cool. Just do a little... Some nice, small, and cute for our girl Nobara. I'm also really glad I had this going from doing a third quarters view already because her hair kind of needs to be in that angle to really look its best. Just do a little... We can refine the shape exactly later. I just want to get something blocked in here for the sake of not fiddling with art for too long, because I can and will fiddle and just slowly make changes sometimes that are just so minuscule but do not matter. I kid you not, I've had to like ask teachers, friends, or other people for opinions sometimes just because I get into that state of just like, I keep fidgeting with this and not making any kind of progress. Do you have any, like, critiques on this so I can make actual progress or opinions between these two very slightly different versions so I can stop just flipping back and forth between them in, like, a After Effects, Photoshop, Maya, whatever program I'm working at the time document, because I will fiddle. It's a problem. By the way, I don't think I've asked yet, but how is audio levels for, you know, music and for me, because I am obviously not watching the stream, so wanted to check in on that since this is the only second time I've streamed, so still figuring out some of the kinks in my setup. Also, thank you, I'm glad to hear that. Honestly, one of the good things about streaming art stuff is that if I need to, I could just be like, chat, help. Which is better. Ooh, you know, we could do like a little, maybe some kind of like little wink could be super fun. Oh, and I just realized, oh, voice is a little quiet. We're supposed to have, there's not music? Okay, hold up. We're going into OBS. Bruce is a little bit quiet. Okay, I can fix that too. How is stuff now? Music is still non-existent. Okay. I have a potentially dumb idea of just what if I crank up the levels on the music? So, you know what? We're going to just slowly slide it up a little bit. Is there music now? I'm also realizing I've once again forgotten to actually put out, links to stream on place, so we are going to do that really quickly after we get audio fixed, because... Oh, there's music now? Heck yeah! Okay, that is good to hear. Note to self, music needs to be turned up way higher than I think it does. Okay, Where is my own stream, if I can find it on Twitch? Channel. Oh, there we go. Cool. So now I'm going to send this out a few places so we can get right back to all the cool art stuff. Where is... For some reason, my Discord has decided to gray out all of my server icons, so I now get to play the fun game of guessing which server's which, and just trying to scroll over and be like, okay, what's your name? Okay, no, that's not right. Okay, what's this? Okay, that's not right. There is... And here's the cool thing, I can just copy the entire text and send that to other places as well. Oh yeah, no, you gotta love Discord. It is giving everyone problems always. It's amazing, it's fun, it's great. We have no qualms with Discord here, ever. Okay, where was the other place I wanted to send this into? There, that's where that is. Cool, is there anywhere else I need to send this? Cool, we'll call that good for now, because I do want to get back to all the fun art stuff. Okay. Save your files, of course. Name one, I can name more than one time. I have a friend in particular, funnily enough, it's Kieran Valor, who I was streaming with last week. His Discord likes to cut off his mic, specifically with like whenever he says yippee, and like that very, like that little, like gif with the little creature guy, the confetti. And every single time with that fail, it will cut off the second part of it, so you just hear yip, and then dead silence as his mic just says, actually, you know what, no. Which is always a very fun thing. Especially because, and I believe we've tested this of like, whenever he does it on stream or other softwares, no problem at all. But Discord doesn't like it, which is, it's sad. We love hearing his voice doing a funny little noises. Also, I think I am going to end up having Nobra do a little wink, just cause, you know what? She's cute, it sounds fun, and sometimes that's really all you need in life. It's just something cute and fun. Hold up, there we go. Messing with layers like a true artist. Oh yeah, no, I was streaming last week with my good buddy Kieran Valor, who is also on Twitch, funnily enough. We've been knowing each other online for, I want to say like 2-3 years now? Something like that. Either way, they're super cool, and I am super glad to have them as a little gaming buddy for Split Fiction, which we should be playing more of on Tuesday. The original plan for today was to stream more of that, but scheduling stuff happened, as it always does, and so that stream got delayed a little bit, but you know what? Now we have this little Q&A, hanging out, drawing and talking stream, which is great. We love that. Okay, what kind of eyelashes does she... Oh, she has some gorgeous eyelashes. We gotta include those. Should probably also Give a little bit of a little wing here to match the other eye, just a little something. There we go. Okay, okay, she's looking cute. Not gonna lie, this is also really great excuse to also work on stuff that I can turn into like stickers or keychains or something sometime in the future, because I have been slacking majorly on that, and I don't think like my Etsy has got an update in. I want to make the overdone joke of 5 ever, but to be honest, it's the truth. And you know what? Nobra's cute, so she deserves to have a little spot in my shop as a treat. I just have to actually finish the artwork and then print stuff out, so a little bit of a process there, but isn't everything. Anytime to hang out with me is a good time. Oh, you're too sweet. And honestly, being with you guys, hanging out here, it's great too. We love it. Give her a little bit of a smile. She has some pretty nice lips too. We can give a little something. Just to kind of make that a little bit distinguishable, even if this is in a, like a more chibi form. Do not like the position of this face right now. It could also be that I think I might have made this part a little bit too big, so I might just need to redraw that, which is a-okay. Sometimes working on art makes you realize what parts of the artwork you need to work on more. Good old life of an artist. Okay, yeah, that looks way better. We're gonna go with that. Draw on the rest of the arm here really quick because, whoops, we erased part of that. And now her face is a little big, so we're gonna shrink that back down to size. You know what, we can give her a little bit more smirk too. There we go. Look at that adorable little girl. We love her. Okay, I'm gonna do, oh, but she also has, I can't just ignore the ears this time. She has her hair tucked behind her ear. Oh no. Good. Yeah, no, good to see that your homework this weekend isn't too bad. Yeah, no, definitely a little bit lighter this weekend, which is honestly super nice and is part of the reason why I'm able to stream today. Yeah, thankfully a lot of my teachers went a little bit easier on me this week or weekend, since at least one of my classes announced that officially we are not going to have a final, which, as you can probably imagine, we were all very happy to hear. And then another one of my classes is just kind of like, hey, keep working on this assignment, which I will continue to work on it sometime that is not right now, but it will get done eventually. Now that I think about it, have I ever drawn like normal human looking ears on a chibi? Because I might need to go back in and reference that. Because I think it has mostly been like elves and tieflings and stuff. No, that character was an elf too. They would have had pointed ears. You know what, chat? We are just going to wing it today because, you know what? I don't think I've ever drawn normal human ears on a chibi, which is fully on me for not being, maybe being a little bit too into fantasy stuff. But you know what? That is a good problem to have, in my opinion, because who doesn't love a little bit of, like, fun, just fantasy, just fantasy everything. It's fun. It's the whole point of it. Okay, now we have to actually get on to drawing the hair, though. I know she has this little strand that goes a little bit in front of her eye, because it's adorable. I'm just gonna block in general shapes right now. We can go in with a little bit more of anything that we want later. Also, chat, if you have any other questions about me or about anything art, animation related, all that good stuff, even if it's just fun, silly ones, today's a bit of a Q&A session, so throw them in. I mean, the only stuff I will not be answering are the ones of, like, if you ask me for, like, where I live or what's my credit card number, no thank you, I like keeping my money in my wallet where it is. But anything that does not fall into that kind of question, I am more than happy to talk about and have some fun with. This is a little bit of like a part there. I want to keep her hair kind of blocky. Which class doesn't have a final of mine? So, the programming class I'm in this semester does not have a final, which I am very glad since I'm not bad at programming and I do enjoy it. It's just, it's very time consuming since it does not come as naturally to me as does other, like, animation and, like, editing, compositing, all those different classes I'm in come a little bit more natural to me. Okay, so I'm not going to give you my social security number either. Haha, good joke. Even with you being a friend of mine, that is not happening. Now, here's the question. Do we want to keep Nobra's hair as more one solid piece? Or we want to add more sections to it, which could also be very cute. You know what, we'll play around with making a little bit more, some individual strands for it out of this shape, and we'll see how we feel from there. Erase this part here to get some nice strands in there. Okay, that is cute. We're gonna be doing that for her. I might curve that in a little bit though to soften a little bit of blockiness, because although I love some good shapes in art, there's also a point where it's just, that's just a square. Okay, we could also probably smooth this out a little bit here. Erase this little bit here and here. Oh, also erase the hair that is going flat up into her ear. That does not belong there. Okay, I think refine this a little bit. We're just gonna keep it nice and simple, since you know what, this is just supposed to be chibi, and it's only gonna be like the first doodle of ones I do today. Okay, no, that's some good hair. We like this. We like this. We like to see it. Oh, she should probably also have eyebrows in retrospect. Okay, eyebrows are now next, guys. We'll put this on a new layer. She has pretty thin eyebrows. So, we'll move the little eyelid crease down just a smidgen. Give her a little bit of a... Guys, the face might be a little bit high. I've done it yet again. Need to move it down so she can actually have a forehead to put eyebrows on. My bad. We might also, if we can't get that to work okay, play around with maybe just getting rid of the little the little crease for her eyelid, which, although it sucks to see it go, if it's for the sake of the little piece as a whole, we'll make it work. Okay. You know what? We're going to leave the eyebrows as is for now, and we can fidget around that expression more later. Oh, hi! Welcome in, Ray. It's great to see you here. How's your day been going, Ray? That layer, because we do not need it. Made the nose too long in many spots, and it bugs me. Oh, yeah, no, I feel that. It's one thing I love about digital media is just the fact that, like, I can just whoop, as needed and just move stuff. That was also the wrong layer, so I did move one of the guidelines instead of the nose, but I think the concept still stands. Okay, I think we can hide the face ref now, because we shouldn't need that. Oh, well, happy birthday to you, Ray. I'm absolutely ecstatic to see that you have decided to spend some time here during that. And I am super sorry that you were under the weather today on your birthday. That sucks. But you know what? I hope that at least you're having like a good day, if nothing else, of just getting to celebrate. Are you doing anything special? You got any like fun gifts? Good food? Cake? Love cake. Oh, there's no object to transform. Thank you, Clip Studio Paint, for letting me know. I need to press the right button. There we go. Cool. Okay, I might need to alter the body a little bit to give her a little bit more of some curves. Yeah, we love a good cake. We love good cake. I mean, I know at least for me, like, now I'm just trying to think about, like, I'm thinking about different types of cake and being like, ooh, what's my favorite type of cake? Because they're all so good. Do you guys have, like, any kind of, like go-to, like, what is your, like, favorite kind of cake? I know, at least for me, ooh, okay. You know, okay, no, I have an answer. I am a sucker for ice cream cake, regardless of, like, the cake flavor or the ice cream flavor, because something about that combination of the cake with the ice cream just meshes so well together to where I'm just always happy with it. Oh, your mom's whipped cream cake? Okay. Honestly, that does sound kind of delicious, but this could also just be the fact that I have a sweet tooth and will never say no to cake. Which is absolutely a factor to be considered here. It's a factor to be considered always. It's bound to happen when we get kids. Got a stuffed salmon dinner. Ooh. The illness get down bad with many, so I said another time, as a special adventure-sized gifts, I was gifted some preserved flowers, and we got some confetti eggs to throw another. Oh my goodness, that does sound super fun, and I'm a sucker for flowers, so I will not lie, that does sound, sickness aside, which, once again, so sorry to hear that, does sound like a, pretty good day all in all. Plus also, I'll be honest, not a fish person, but like that does sound delicious. But once again, did I eat lunch earlier? Yes. Am I also just, I love food? Also yes. Next time your mom makes some more cream cake, I'm gonna do it. Honestly, I would not be opposed to that. Plus also maybe we can use that as time to, chip away at some of the shows and other things that we both need to actually watch, because we are both very guilty of having long to watch lists. But in our defense, people just need to stop making such amazing shows so that way we won't have to watch all of them. Cake-wise, we are gonna make a nice vanilla cake with maple icing made with 100% Vermont maple aged in bourbon. That sounds so fancy and delicious. I'm normally not the biggest fan of vanilla because it feels a little bland sometimes. But like mixing it with those other flavors of like, what was that? It was maple and that's aged in bourbon. Okay, that just sounds like an amazing time, because just, ooh, that sounds tasty. Honestly, probably one of the better ways to do a vanilla cake, just because of I feel like vanilla cake's a good cake to like, you put stuff with it, or like you do something else to like dress it up a little, make it fancy. No shade to anyone who loves vanilla cake out there. It is good, but like it's better with some other stuff. I'm sorry to say it. It's also good pairing for like ice cream stuff sometimes, because like I will always go with like if I can get like cake and ice cream somewhere. If there's like, you know, vanilla cake, you go with a chocolate ice cream, or really any flavor ice cream. It's delicious. And like, you know, vice versa too. If you have a chocolate cake, it's great to put some vanilla ice cream with it. Just because, you know, the little opposite situation. It's great. Okay. Oprah has 3 little buttons on hers. I should draw them with the marker, not the eraser. Fun fact. Art is a lot easier when you're not trying to draw with an eraser. Finally, I can make my own ice cream and cake now. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Oh, homemade cake and ice cream? That is like a match made in heaven. Do you have any, if you're gonna be like making your own cake and ice cream, do you have any plans for what you want to make first? Because, I mean, there are so many options if you can do it yourself. I wouldn't even know where to start, personally. Oh, clicked off of my drawing program. Thankfully that shouldn't show on your guys' end because of how I have OBS set up. Okay. How do her sleeves work? Okay, cool. Oh, there's little buttons as well. Okay, we will remember those. Maybe. It is always a 50-50 chance I remember a detail on a character. Lift the sleeve up a little bit there. Okay. You know what? I want to draw our shoes next, just because the shoes are looking fun. There's some good shapes right there. It's a little bit of like a loafer situation. So we'll do the little bit that comes up and back down. And there's a little bit that goes across it and back. I have an ice cream maker from a few years ago. So many flavors I can make that's not in stores, like salted dulce. That is a word I am notoriously horrible at pronouncing. I'm going to try my best because I have to. Salted dulce de leche with rum. Ooh, that sounds great. Or I can make something more absurd like maple and bacon ice cream. I won't lie, I think I'd be a bigger fan of the first one. Maple and bacon is definitely like I can see that flavor combo working. I'm not sure how much I would love it in an ice cream form, though. I'll be very honest. But I mean, like, I guess that's the best part about having your own ice cream machine. You can just kind of go, you know what, we're making this today. Who cares? Yeah, no, you're completely right, Optimus. Bacon is great on everything. Big fan of bacon myself here. It's a great breakfast food. I just kind of wish I, like, had it more often, because I don't like making it myself, so it's a lot more of like a, oh, we're traveling, the hotel has breakfast. Cool, I'm going to get bacon from there sort of a situation. Been told I'm not allowed to experiment on them during Christmas, but before, okay, you know what, that's fair. Christmas season is very notoriously busy, and I mean, I don't know if you're making this for other people, but if you are, I can kind of see that as like a, hey, don't give whatever concoctions you're cooking up to grandma. She will not be the most happy about this kind of a situation. Unless she is all down for that, in which case, I personally say go for it. Because I know, like, at least my grandma is definitely a little bit more, adventurous and out there with a lot of things, to where I can see some people being into it. Oh, yeah, that sounds cool. Hold up. Bacon will probably be sprinkled like a topping with a maple-based ice cream, especially if they make candied bacon. Ooh, candied bacon. I swear this is just the stream where you guys make me hungry at this point, because we've talked about cake, we've talked about ice cream, brisket, and smoked salmon, all of which are absolutely delicious. There it is. No, do not apologize for being in a foodie mood. I am always down to talk food, so do not apologize. Hold up, trying to do something on my hand. Brisket sounds really nice. Yeah, Optimus was talking earlier when stream started that they were having some brisket for lunch, which, I mean, sounds like a great time. Pancakes, popcorn, root beer, KFC, pizza, eggs. I can go on. Oh, dude, I can go on too. It's great. At this point, this is like going to be like 20 minutes away from going and turning into a cooking stream instead of like an art stream if we keep it up. Which I am fully not equipped for, given the fact that I probably need to get more food soon, since, whoops, being alive requires me to eat food, so I've eaten a lot of the stuff that I got a few weeks ago. Plus, also, I like to, like, you know, group up my anytime I have to go out, just because I don't love going out all the time. I like to group up, like, oh, I need to go get groceries. Okay, I also need to get gas. Oh, I want to, like, go see if anywhere has Pokemon cards in stock, because I am a big Pokemon fan, and it sucks. Scalpers suck right now. There's no other way to say it. Scalpers suck, and I just want my funny little guys in card form. The game's fun. I feed purely off the sun's energy. You know what? That is good for you. That couldn't work for me. Food is good sometimes. It's also like a good reminder for, at least for me, to like, oh, just across my screen. It's also like a good reminder for me to, like, you know, take breaks and be like, no, okay, we are done working on, like, texturing a thing for right now, or rigging, or whatever it is project I currently am working on. And it's a good way of, you know, knowing, hey, we take a break right now. You kind of need those every once in a while, or so I've been told. Emphasis on the so I've been told, because I definitely have the habit of, like, seeing people's projects and just being like, that sounds cool and fun. I want to, like, you know, you're looking for animators. I do animating. Sign me up. To where I definitely need to, at least this upcoming year, stop trying to be on every project I see, because I think it sounds fun. But, you know, that's going to be a constant battle with myself, I feel, so we're going to be trying our best. The good news, though, is that there are a lot of really cool, fun things I've been able to work on. Plus, it means I have a pretty stacked portfolio, so it's all good. A fellow photosynthesis buddy, the sun shall fuel us. As long as you are making sure to split the sun, I think all should be good. Just make sure, you know, enough for the class rule supply, you know. Have you gotten any new Pokemon cards? I'm trying to think if there has been anything I've gotten more recently. For anyone in chat who doesn't know, although you could probably guess by my username, my favorite Pokemon is Sylveon, and so I love to collect a lot of those cards, which, has been hard recently because it's the year of Eevee, combined with a lot of those cards have kind of skyrocketed in price thanks to some of the more recent sets being very highly sought after, which are the ones that have a lot of like Sylveons and Eevees and some of my favorite Pokemon, which it sucks a little. But I don't think I've gotten anything too new that at least you wouldn't know about. I do know that, recently I did get, all my Pokemon cards that were back home. I did finally bring them back up to college with me, and, so now that all those are sitting currently in my, living room area, all nicely put together, which has been nice. I know that, in the next upcoming few days, whenever I do eventually have to, leave my cave of solitude and art to go do, actual life stuff and, you know, errands, all that, you know, all those things. I do want to, search for Pokemon cards more, just because, if I can, like, search a little bit ahead of time, I want to try to, like, maybe grab a pack or two, just because of, you know, my birthday's coming up. And I would like to open, like, you know, even just a pack or two, whatever I can get my hands on, as a little, like, you know, birthday present to myself. So, if I find anything early, I'm just going to go ahead and buy it, put it away, and be like, okay, cool, we are opening this on my birthday. We only bought it early because of the current Pokemon card market, which kinda sucks. Based on my name, you thought my favorite Pokemon was Muck? Man, I really need to start, I need to put, like, my username, Sylveon part in, like, all caps or something then. Just really make that more obvious. Also, I think our little Nobara Doodle is roughly done. I do think this is something I'm going to want to finish out sometime later. Not sure when. Might do it on stream as like a, you know, maybe we do like a, we take this piece to completion kind of a stream sometime, or, you know, who knows what. But I think for at least that doodle, we're going to call that good. I was going to just throw these refs into that folder so I have them for later. Oh, should probably hide the... There we go. Okay, now we just need to actually decide what are we going to doodle next. Make sure to get some cards. Oh, you do not need to get me more cards. You have been... This man in chat has surprised me many times we've hung out and just pulled Pokemon card packs out of his hoodie. Because for some reason, you have weirdly amazing luck with finding Pokemon cards that I don't know how you do it, man. It is absolutely insane. And I wish the Pokemon cards were as attracted to me as they were to you. But you know what? We'll take whatever we can get in this day and age. You know what? I say let's keep the... You know, we'll do something on topic with the current conversation. Let's try some sort of a Pokemon. What are you guys feeling? Should we do like a evolution? Any favorites that you guys want to throw in chat? Because there's a good chance this ends up being a Sylveon if one of you guys do not give some kind of input. And to be honest though, there's so many cute Pokemon. Or, worst case scenario, I could also just random number generate it, because we have so many Pokemon at this point. We could just Google the Dex number. Okay. Oh, I do not need the code for a random number generator. Thank you. I'm a Dragonite guy, but go to Sylveon and pick number. I mean, I'm just throwing this out to everyone. You're not the only one in chat, so I'll keep Dragonite up, and we'll see. Plus, Dragonite's also a really nice round guy, to where, you know what? He's a fun little guy. Can you actually Google the number of how many Pokemon are there currently? So that way, if we do want to, okay, 1,025. If we want to do a random number generator, it goes up to 1,005. 25? What did I say? 1,025. Dragonite being a very lovely, rotund guy. Oh no, he's a very rotund little guy. He's adorable. I will say though, I am a bigger fan of his earlier evolutions, just because I don't know if they're pretty. Don't get me wrong, I love Dragonite. Great guy. But I don't know. Something about his earlier evolutions just kind of do it for me. Okay, you know what? We'll do like a random number generator and we'll do a Dragonite since both seem appropriate. Okay, we got 155. So what is Pokemon number 155? K-E-M-O-N. 155 is... Oh, it's Cyndaquil! Okay. That's a great guy. Love Cyndaquil. So we'll do a Cyndaquil, I can say words in English, guys. Fun fact. We'll do a Cyndaquil first. Oh, there he is. He is a very large PNG right now. He can chill right there. Honestly, it almost looks like Dobra just has little Pokemon. Just, yeah. Hey, you're heck yeah. We love to see that the Cyndaquil lovers are in fact in chat, because I hate the stuff that's gone on with Typhlosion. Cyndaquil's such a cute little guy and I love him, and honestly, we need to stop hating on certain Pokemon. They're all great, they're all fun. Can't English? Yeah, no, that sounds like me stuttering over the word English, not gonna lie. I can and will forget how to speak words at any given time. Okay, now we just need to figure out what this little guy's doing. What if he's just having like a little snack? You know what, he could have like a little bit of like cake or something as a treat. Is this based off of anything in particular? Absolutely not, but you know, he's just a little guy. Oh, wait, isn't there like Gen 7, like Pokepops or something? You know, there's also like the biscuits from Pokemon Sleep, which I've been playing a lot of recently, just because I need motivation to get good sleep sometimes, because that's a struggle as an art student. You know, we'll go with the Pokepuffs just solely because they are cuter. Now I just need to find the actual good images of them that are not like someone's fan art or like actual food, which is not helping with the fact that food sounds amazing. But I mean, when does it not? Nope, that's more fan art. What are these? Okay, I think this is from like a Wikipedia page, which should have the actual official ones on it, so we're not accidentally putting someone's fan art or the creation on stream without credit, because we would definitely want to make sure that we were giving them credit if we do throw their stuff up on here, because you create cool stuff, you deserve to get credit for it. You create anything, you deserve to get credit for it, honestly. Imagine hanging on Cyndaquil. No one in his evolution line has ever done anything bad. That's what I'm saying. Also, just like the stars you like, guys. We don't have to hate on them. However, I will fully admit, for a little while I was part of the Keep the Grass Cat on 4 legs opinion, but I love Meowscarada too much to be that mad. My Chikorita and Cyndaquil in Pokemon Sleep, however, are back to being Depresso Expresso due to lack of sleep. Ray, get some sleep, your poor Pokemon. Speaking of Pokemon Sleep, I did finally get to a point where I got in Eevee to have enough hours I have had it in my party while I've been playing, to where I finally evolved it into a Sylveon the other week, and I am so happy to finally have him in my party, because he's just a little guy. He's my favorite little guy. Keep it on 4 legs, I'm an Incineroar fan. You know, you're not wrong. There's a little bit of like a history going on for cat starters just kind of deciding, you know what, I'm going to stand up now. Which, you know what, as a cat owner and lover myself, they do kind of do that thing sometimes where they kind of like go for up. They stand on their 2 back legs, and you're like, a lot of times when they just want to like look at something and be like, what's that? They will do the 2 leg thing. So, you know what, I guess there is precedent for it. Either way, they're super cute, so yeah. I'm also a big, pretty big Litten fan, so I completely get it. Who needs sleep when we need answers on the history of ice cream and why certain things were a topping? You know what? I've never really thought about that now. You're gonna keep me up awake now because I need to figure that out. Okay, well, also, since you brought it up, I now have to ask, is there anything that's like really cool that you've learned about that? Of like certain things of like, oh, why sprinkles are a topping, or why like fudge is a topping, but like why certain other things aren't? Because like, now you have me intrigued, I'll be honest. Cat stars exist. Also, cat stars time to become an anther. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But you know what? They're cute in whatever form they're in, so who can be mad, honestly? They're all great. Plus, I'll be honest, most cat owners and lovers I know will just kind of be like, it is a cat. I love it, without too much second thought, because we love them all, so none of us can be that mad. Let's give Cyndaquil a little eye. And this is very rough because I don't draw a lot of animalistic things all that often, believe it or not. I definitely tend to stay more in the realm of humanoid characters and designs. But you know what, you gotta grow as an artist somehow, and I gotta learn how to draw more Pokemon than just Sylveon every once in a while. Okay, I think his head shape's a little bit more... Okay, yeah, that's more of a Cyndaquil head shape. History of ice cream is the same like bread, where many cultures have their own version of ice cream. As for toppings, we had weird things like antler shaving, forbidden nuts, and other stuff. Like the first ice cream parlor was in France, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. I wonder where like the antler shaving thing came from, because that's interesting. I've never heard that one before. I know that as far as like little bits of ice cream history, I know that there was the waffle cone was invented because someone just like ran out of like cups at a fair, and there was like a waffle stand next to them, so they just went, you know what, we're gonna try a thing, and just rolled up a waffle, put ice cream in it, and then went, boom, it's a waffle cone, guys. It's something else, which it's kind of genius, to be honest. Plus, I feel like that's how a lot of things kind of get made. Of just like, we're going to try something, and we'll see what general consensus is after the fact, which thankfully, at least for like a lot of stuff we have around today, is good. But I mean, marketplace of ideas, people are gonna keep all the good ones going. So yeah. There's also weird flavors like Parmesan ice cream. Okay, but why does that sound kind of good, chat? Like, I don't know if this is a my family thing or what, but like, multiple people in my family really like to just like eat Parmesan, like the kind that you'd like sprinkle on like spaghetti and stuff, just straight out of the little container you keep in your fridge. And like it's kind of good. I do enjoy just like eating the little clumps of Parmesan every once in a while, cause tasty. It doesn't sound good. Okay, well, I think that's an opinion there. I don't think you've tried the Parmesan ice cream. The forbidden Parmesan ice cream. You know, we just need to like all collectively as a chat, just sit down one day, try the Parmesan ice cream so we can truly have a like group consensus on is this cursed or genius, so we can know. His tummy should go a little bit further down. Okay, maybe we split the difference. The subtle saltiness in the parm with the sweetness of the ice cream apparently match. You know what? I see that. Because like there's a lot of other like a salted caramel or like other things that have like nuts in them that are like have that little bit of like the saltiness to them, where I can see how that would work super well. Sure, if it's good, I'll pay. If it's not good, you pay. You know what? I will take that deal. We will try to find it sometime and we can try it together. And you know what? We will figure this out and I can apologize on stream if it actually does suck. But if not, we're going to just have a, like, I don't know. We'll do something to celebrate the Parmesan ice cream. Because you know what? If it's good, if it's a slept-on flavor, it deserves to have like a little celebration, a little something to, I don't know, give it some attention. Okay, that leg shape is weird. What have I done wrong? I think the little, like, that part probably needs to be a little bit higher and smoother. Just a little bit more point to it almost. I don't know. Sometimes animal legs are just a little weird, and thankfully got off lucky enough with just, his little front arms are just kind of little nubs. Which are very, very adorable. Ice cream taste extreme? Okay, I'm not subjecting you to... Well, I mean, that could be a solo stream of just testing ice cream flavors, which honestly would not be bad just because of ice cream is delicious and I will take any opportunity to eat it. But I do not have the largest freezer space as someone who has a tiny little like fridge freezer combo thing in a 1-bedroom apartment. So that might require like a asking around with friends being like, hey, I'm gonna be eating a whole ton of ice cream on stream. Do you want me to come over to your place afterwards and just like give you some? So that it doesn't all go to waste. That or just like the week prior, I make sure I don't have any like other stuff in my freezer, so I just have to like eat through a whole ton of pizza rolls or like chicken nuggets, all the good stuff, obviously. Just so we can have that extra space available to do something like that. Fun fact, the first sundae is believed to be made in the United States. Huh, I did not know that. Honestly, sundaes are good too. I'll be honest, I'm not a big banana person. I like banana flavored things. Like banana flavored Laffy Taffy is the best flavor of Laffy Taffy and I will stand on that till the day I die. And like there's other banana flavored things I just love. I kind of hate actual bananas though. I don't know why. It just, I don't know if it's a texture thing or a flavor thing or like some sort of mixture, but it just, does not cooperate with me. Not surprised. Not surprised I don't like bananas, or not surprised that that the first Sunday was made in the United States. Alright, do you have some sort of like a secret Sunday knowledge that we don't know about? I mean, in which case, please do share with the class, because that does sound cool and, you know, enlighten us, but... Okay, I think it is draw the Pokepuff time. Okay, what kind do we want to give him? Honestly, the one with the little orange on it is pretty darn cute. But the same, okay, well, what would look the best with this color scheme is now what I'm thinking. Because both the green or the orange do look pretty darn fun. You know, I'm just gonna go with my first instinct of the orange one's cool. We like that. Oh, you're not surprised I don't like bananas, really? Do I just give off a, like, anti-banana vibe, I guess? I don't know. I'm not a big banana person, just not. I did try, more recently though, I was, like, weirdly in the mood to have, like, sliced bananas and peanut butter on toast. I don't know what was gotten into me, but I was just like, that sounds delicious for like a week straight. So whenever I went to the grocery store, I was like, okay, I'm going to, like, pick up a banana and, like, do that for, like, a snack before bedtime once, because I have to make sure I eat, something before bed with my meds, because otherwise they do not play nice. Had that, I just literally had to, like, got, like, 2 bites into it, and I couldn't. It was not a good time. I felt like I was going to be sick, not from, like, just literally from the bananas. I'm like, okay, no, we're just going to take the bananas off, and I just had peanut butter toast. Very strong anti-banana vibe. You know what? I'm glad, at least, if nothing else, the vibes I send out are very clear on my stance on bananas. That way people at least know, like, hey, no, I do not mess with those. Do not bring them near me. We do not do this. I mean, people can bring them near me, but, like, do not expect me to eat just a banana without something, like, unless it's in something. Like, banana bread? Love banana bread. Like, banana smoothies or, like, other, like, milkshakes and stuff. Delicious as well. Just not the actual banana for me. It's like the same way a lot of people are with, like, tomatoes versus ketchup. They love ketchup, will not touch a tomato, which I am absolutely that person as well. But I will eat some tomatoes in certain contexts, so people cannot get too much on my case. The only ice cream I want to retry making since I failed the first time, that's hopefully, or Indian ice cream treat. I messed up badly the last time. Okay, that does sound fun though. What kind of flavor is that? Like, if you had to, like, describe the flavor of it, cause now I'm intrigued. You hooked me with that one. Meanwhile, I get to draw the little cream inside this the little Pokepuff. It is also, like, slightly looking like a Krabby Patty, but I'm pretty sure we can fix that somewhere later in the process. Hopefully. The little, like, bit of, like, meringue there. Okay. Hopefully it usually has, like, nuts or fruits embedded in it. It's usually a popsicle-like treat. Okay. That does sound super tasty. I mean, I'm a big fan of, like ice cream that has, like, other stuff in it, just in general. And I also, like, I love, like, lots of different types of nuts. They're just really tasty to me. Which also sucks because my little sister has a nut allergy, so we had to be very careful about that growing up, because having a combination of one kid who loves to eat like peanuts, walnuts, almonds, all the stuff, and one who will turn into a balloon if they ingest any of them is not the best combination. Also, I'm just gonna undo this part because I looked at the ones that are just the frosted ones, which look like they're just kind of like the base for the deluxe ones, and I'm going to use that as a better reference on how to do that. Because whoops, we messed up just a little. But it's okay. That's what we have an undo button for that. We got like a Bob Ross vibes today of, but you know, that's okay. That's okay. We got this. A little swoopy there. Now we can start rotating it a little bit. Okay, is this all in there? Yes, it is. Okay. The hubris of man has shown through with me trying to put all of the Pokepuff sketch on one layer. Which I am now getting to suffer for. Which, whoops. But you know what? We'll work with it. We'll work with it. Sometimes you just gotta make your mistakes and keep to them, and just try to fix them as you go. Which, you know what? There is worse mistakes you could be making in the sketch phase, or just in art in general. So, we'll live with this. We'll live with this. Probably needs one more little swirly bit right around here. Already seems so I can actually see that a little bit better, maybe. Mayhaps. Perchance. It's very creamy apparently, and whatnot. I messed up because despite knowing it's a popsicle treat, didn't have any popsicle mold and thus threw it into my ice cream pint. It turned to a solid mass with a dense, soggy pistachio layer. Yeah, I can see that happening. Part of me kind of wonders of like, would you be able to like thaw it out a little bit at that point? Like, the same way that some people do like a little, put your ice cream on the counter for a little bit while it's like super duper solid to just give it a little bit time to soften up. But I mean, you're probably more of an ice cream master than I am, since you're the one who actually has a machine. So it might be like a, hey, take my word for it kind of a situation, just because, you know, I don't think I've really ever made ice cream, with the exception of like, I did have like a mini Dippin' Dots like make machine kit thing whenever I was younger that, for the record, did not work. But you know what, it was more of the vibes more than anything else. Plus, I enjoyed it and I won it from like a raffle, so you can't be too mad. Okay, I need to stop just zooming in and up endlessly. And also maybe draw the bottom of the Pokepuff. Okay, so it's more of like a half sphere shape with a little bit attached to the bottom. So we'll do this little... Okay, now this looks crooked. Looks a little bit crooked and a little bit like an Alcremie, which... different Pokemon than what we're drawing right now, but... No, it's... Alcremie's cute, I love her. I also know that they got like a card in one of the more recent ones that I do a little bit have my eyes on, along with Lily's Clefairy, just because of I miss my fairy type cards. Don't get me wrong, I know that like all those fairy type Pokemon are still in the card series, but like I miss the actual like fairy type carding, and the Lily's Clefairy card does give us back just a little bit of that, with it making any dragon type Pokemon that are being played weak to psychic types instead. So it does help a little bit. Okay, that has a nice like little fluffiness to it. I tried to get to the point it's scoopable. Hard to taste the ice cream when you're scooping soggy pistachios. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't think that one through entirely. That makes sense. To where you kind of need it to be that perfect consistency to get both flavor and scoopability, which just doesn't happen when you put it in the wrong mold. There's a lot of pistachios. Yeah, no, I bet. I bet it was almost like a brittle at that point, just kind of at the bottom. Luckily, I had some lavender honey ice cream that people really enjoyed, except Ma. I mean, that also just sounds delicious to me. So sorry to your Ma, but I that sounds delicious, and I kind of, I don't know. Just it sounds good. It sounds good. Also, I don't think I'm going to have the little nub at the bottom, just because it makes the shape a little bit weird. But I do need to remember to put the little orange slice. Do a little this there. Okay. Okay. But you can make this a little bit better. How do we want to do this? What if we erase it? Delete your art. Okay. Also save your canvas, because the worst thing that could happen right now is just losing all the work I've done on this. Then we'll do a little wonky shape. And okay, you know what? That could be worse. So we're going to have that be shaped like that for the sake of keep it going, and because, you know what, these are just doodles. They're supposed to be loose and fun, and it doesn't need to be perfect all the time. Sometimes you just need to create. Saving is important. I say when I rarely save my work. Ray, come on, please save your work. I very politely, artist to artist, just, hey, hand on your shoulder. Save your artwork. It helps in case of, like, crashing or if something weird or funny happens. It gives you a place to go back to, please. This could also be the part of me that, like, works with, for my degree, a lot of very heavy programs a lot of the time that just don't want to just play nice all the time. Sometimes just because they're having a mood. And, so it would not be uncommon for, like, teachers in class to just be like, oh yeah, by the way, make sure you save your work right now if you haven't already. Or I know that a lot of people, kind of myself included, if they get like just a crash in the middle of class and no one's talking, they'll be like, hey guys, program just crashed, this is your reminder to save because I didn't. So that way at least only one of us is suffering at the most, because there's nothing like working on a project for hours and hours on end just to end up losing it all, which, I mean, I feel like I've definitely done once or twice, so. I have 95 different illustrations active and barely any of them are, I need to like come find your PC and like just control S a whole ton on your behalf. Just cause, oh no. your poor software, your poor art. Okay, there we go. That looks a little bit more appetizing. I'll put this. Okay, it's a little bit large on there, but you know, we got scale for a reason. Okay. We could just throw it behind it if we want to show off the little creamy part of it. Not loving it as much as I thought I would. Okay, let's managed to pass out at my computer. Like during the stream, or just like as a during a class, or and either way, I hope you're okay, dude. Oh, snappy good optimist or very eepy. I mean, some people can be eepy and good. I say as someone who stayed up till I think like 2 a.m. last night, fully by accident, by the way. Oh, did I draw on the wrong layer? I absolutely did. Okay, we are gonna undo that. And maybe choose to draw on the correct layer now. Might be a good play. During the stream, but it has happened at class. Okay, cool. I mean, hey dude, if you need to like take a nap, take a break, take a rest, please feel free to. It has been great to have you on stream, either way. Plus also, you know, all your guys' safety. Please put your safety and health first. It's good for you. You know, just gonna say this now, it's like a general, hey, little reminder for everyone on that topic. Drink water today if you haven't already. Please, because water is good for you, and way too many people I know just sometimes forget to drink water. So, if you have not already drinking some today, please do. I also might do that as well, because I have not talked this much in a long while. Yeah, that's good water. Okay. Back to the art. I think the Polka Puff is done. I might also just make a copy because, not gonna lie, it could be something cute to like turn into like a little bonus sticker or something else. To like, you know, maybe give out like, you know, conventions or I don't know, throws a little extra for like Etsy orders or something. Does coffee count as water? Well, I'm not a coffee or water expert, but I would say probably no. Coffee probably doesn't count as water. So, sorry Ray, please drink some water and not just some coffee. Okay, I was thinking, hey, I might just have to scale this down. But on the other hand, what if he just has a giant Polka Puff or is just super little? Because not gonna lie, that could be pretty cute if it's just really proportioned in a very way, trademarked. Slowly perishes in caffeine bliss. Ray, no! I prefer you not perished, at least personally. You're cool to have and hang out with, so please do not perish. Okay, and we're going to... We'll do a masking layer so we're working non-destructively. And, oh, that's the wrong layer to be working non-destructively on. A lot of that this stream, I'm realizing, of just wrong layer. Whoops. And we'll clean that up as well. I should probably do that in the normal version layer, not just the master version, so that way it doesn't cause problems later. All while trying to narrowly avoid tangents. Okay. Oh, he's such a little guy, guys. I think I'm... Oh, he's adorable. Okay, I might want to... I want to scooch this leg just a little bit before I add in the back flames, just because... I don't know, the legs feel a little off to me, and I feel like it's off in a way that it just needs to be a little adjusted. Don't worry, I live by the cup of joe, and when gone I shall have a cup of joe in hand and digital drawing tablet in the other. You know, part of me wants to get onto you for that, but part of me also knows that I am in the same boat, but with like a cup of chai. That or matcha, because both are good. I'm just a big tea person in general. Never been a big fan of coffee. I've tried to like it a few times. I do really like tiramisu, which does have coffee in it, but isn't coffee. You also love the little guy? I mean, look at his little face. He's so happy to have a treat that's like the size of his head. How could anyone not love the little guy? I also need to clean up his little snout area just a little bit. You prefer Sprite in a sketchbook? I mean, I think all artists when we die, we get to choose our beverage of choice that we get to go out with. You just gotta make sure you make it a good one, honestly. You know, that needs to be like my like new question of like, meeting like other people or like other artists, doing networking stuff. Because I don't feel like that's a question a lot of people would ask, of just like, hey, if like, you know, if you were to die with a beverage and an art supply in your hand, what would it be most likely? Because I feel like you get to like some really interesting answers really fast. And I feel like you also, I don't know, maybe tell a little bit about the person. But that could just be me like looking into it, or maybe being a little bit optimistic about what you could do with with that question. But you know, I'll just have to try to let you guys know. Can you grab some chara matcha? Well, yeah, please do. I mean, we're basically just here for the cozy vibes today. It is just like nice chill music, a little bit of sketching, and also just some hanging out, some chatting, with also technically a Q&A going on. So if y'all have questions, I am quite literally here to answer. Okay, I think I should move that in just a little bit. Then maybe. Okay, little guy is officially ready for some backfire. What is the meaning of life? Well, you see, that's a very hard one, but I've heard from some very good, reliable friends of mine that I believe it's 42. But, at least for me, I think it's more of a situation of just like, you kind of have to find that meaning for yourself. What makes you happy, and then you just kind of go from there. So, I mean, I know for me, love art. I love art, I like animation, I like creating, and so I feel like that's kind of like my personal meaning for life is I'm just here to create, have a good time, have some fun, and just create a thing. She said the line. I did. I'm a sucker for a movie reference, so funnily enough, I still need to watch the movie that's from, so sorry gang, fake meaning of life fan over here, or I guess for that specific reference, but you know what, there's a bunch of stuff we need to watch, which see previous conversation from earlier about having long watch lists, as so many of us do. But you know what, it's not a bad thing. There's lots of great movies, shows, all sorts of media out there to where it's good to have like just options depending on your mood or just general whatever you're vibing with. Because I know there's definitely been times for me where I'm like, well, I want to watch something. I have 50 shows queued up on streaming platform of choice, and I'd be like, well, I'm in the mood for something lighthearted because it's been a rough day, and that does narrow down my options. Or, well, I want something more like animated instead. So I'm like, okay, that narrows it down a little bit too. So you know, it's good to have a little bit of a list built up. I haven't seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy either. Yeah, it feels like one of those shows that like everyone, or not shows, movies that everyone just kind of knows about, but I don't know everyone, I don't know how many people I know that have actually, like, watched it, now that I think about it. But, I mean, maybe that's a sign for just, hey, maybe, like, get some friends together and watch it sometime, which, I mean, could be said for just about, most things that people, mostly my friends and I, need to watch. Also, I think that might be our little Centipool guy done. Which, honestly, he turned out a lot cuter than I thought he was going to be, but, I mean, I thought he was gonna be pretty cute, but, like, this is a new level of cute. Let's go just duplicate the little flames once to, make them a little bit more pronounced. Throw all the other stuff in this folder as well. So that we have it all together. Probably name it Centicool would be a good idea. I did not spell it correctly, but I know what it is, and that's what matters. We'll set him right next to Nobara. They could be friends. They can hang out. Why not? End of the semester, I'm game to hang. I mean, honestly, I am ready for the semester to be over just so I can have more free time to do cool things with friends. So I feel you there. I'm glad to hear you love him too, Ray. He's great. But now this just means that we need to decide what to draw next. Once again, the biggest problem in life for artists. You finish drawing something, whoops, you gotta figure out what to do next. You know what? I'm feeling something with maybe some kind of OC. Oh, I finished Wicked recently. Now I'll wait for Hades Town eventually. Oh wait, did you watch like the movie version of Wicked, or like some sort of like a pro shot or something of like the actual musical? And both are freaking cool. And I need to sit down and actually like watch the musical sometime, because I absolutely loved the going to the movie theater and watching the actual like the movie that they did for it, because it was so good. I love musical theater, and I'll be honest, I've had that soundtrack on for a long while. Like, I know for Valentine's Day this year, I was doing a job for a local flower shop delivering flowers because they needed some temp workers for their busiest time of the year. And just the entire day, I just had the Wicked soundtrack as I was driving all over the area delivering flowers, and it was an amazing vibe. The movie version, I've seen some of the slime tutorials for it. Oh, okay. I'm in the same boat there. I have watched the full like movie, very excited for the next one to come out eventually. And I do need to actually find some slime tutorials for it, so. But you know what, that'll be for when I have time to sit down and actually watch it, so yeah. Okay, now for deciding what to draw next. We could keep like the very like cutesy, cheapy vibes going if you guys think that's fun. Or we could also do something a little bit more like a realistic headshot sketch of, you know, something, someone. We'll figure it out. Let me think. What is a good way to decide who to draw or what to draw? You know what? I can see if there's any characters of mine I've not drawn in forever, and maybe we can keep that going. Chibi vibes? Okay, we'll keep the chibi, fun, cutesy vibes going for today. Toy house? No, not code editor. Google, come on. Okay, hold up. We'll try this again. Don't autofill to code editor. Z ... Ray, what does that mean? I'm getting nervous. Okay, what is a fun, silly character we can draw? Oh, whoops! Oh, did you accidentally like just hit your keyboard? I get that. I do that a lot. I have accidentally like texted or called my friends several times. If I just like drop my phone, try to catch it, in the process just slam Discord and be like, oh, sorry, didn't try to mean to call you on there. I just tried to catch my phone before it fell on my face. Okay, what if I find two of my characters and maybe we just take a little, hey chat, which one do you think should be chibi-fied? For the sake of, I don't know, keep it a little bit interactive, a little fun. Happened to me a week ago. Yeah. It's truly a problem of our generation of just slamming your phone on your face or just dropping it accidentally. Yeah, I was trying to fix my drawing tablet. Anyways, to the toy house! Indeed! Okay, so now I need to decide what characters I want to give you guys options for like, hey, who should I draw? Okay, I think that is an old character. Hold on. What if we do... Oh, it's because I'm in that one folder. No wonder why half my characters are just missing, because I'm not in the right darn folder. Okay, those could be... Okay, found one of the two options. Grab your oldest characters. Okay, I could grab two of my older, like one of my oldest characters and maybe... Wait, do I have any newer characters? Let me think. Okay, I think I'm gonna grab one that's kind of like gonna keep the very, like the cutesy vibes going, because I love her a lot. And maybe I grab another character, which is my oldest character, and like one of the older, like original versions of her. Because she's also a fun one. Or your most neglected characters. Funnily enough, I know exactly who that is, because I do have a character I drew once for a like character creation collaboration with another person back in the day. And we just never did anything with her. And we decided because we're just like, I guess she's mine now. So I just have her, and she's just been chilling for the longest time. Where is she? There she is. With absolutely zero information on her toy house. If they're not in my comic, the character is collected. Yeah, no, I feel that. A lot of my current works are very much that current situation of like, okay, that's fine. Where was my mind going? I've lost it once again, guys. Did one of y'all take it? No, but if it's not one of the things I'm like working on as part of a project for a class, I kind of just like leave them off to the side, and it's a problem. Anyway, these are the two I think that might be fun. I apologize for the very, very old art on the right side. Currently trying to redesign my cleric doggo character. Oh my goodness. A cleric dog sounds absolutely adorable, I'm not going to lie. I imagine just like their presence just heals the party, just being there, because wholesome. So, okay, so character explanation. One on the left is a very, like fantasy, I have alchemist sort of a character. She lives in a section of the world where everything is very art focused, and she's kind of a little bit forced to go down that path, but she kind of prefers more a different creative outlet of like creating things, more like engineering kind of alchemist sort of vibe there. And the one on the right was a very old, very neglected My Hero Academia OC that was supposed to be a weather like forecaster who is themed after an oarfish. Who like I said, I've drawn all at once. She does have lore written down somewhere that's very basic because she's just more of a civilian. But, you know, it was a fun idea. So chat, what are we feeling? Because honestly, they're both fun designs. Especially if they're going to be like in cheapy form or other stuff. Left? Okay, I'm seeing left. Are there any other opinions before we just full sail for the girl on the left? In which case I might go ahead and start pulling up a little bit of her other references. If I can get back to the right page and know how to operate stuff. I do like the left, but the oarfish sounds neat. They sound adorable. Too bad they're a Crystal World pet who hates being pet. Hold up. I'm saying what they were like when they were happy. Well, I mean, at least that's good. Also, if we're split, we always could just, I can throw my opinion into the hat, or we could just... I don't know. We roll like coin flip for it maybe. Who knows? Where is... Dang, I can't smell. My mind is too quick for me hands. I feel that one. I feel like I do that most of the time. Where like not even like my mind is too quick for my hands, my mind is too quick for my mouth, to where like words will start coming out in the order that they're not supposed to be spoken in. And it gets really fun when you just start stumbling over words or stuttering because your mind's running twice as fast as your mouth. Your stream, you know what, it is my stream, but also I'm indecisive. But you know what? We'll go with my Orphish gal, since I want something newer than whatever's going on here to have like on her art fight in Toy House, because oh boy. That was back whenever I was just drawing everything with just on my like old phone with my finger and Ibis Pen X. So oh, how the times have changed. Let me see. What kind of posing do we want to do for this one, though? I wonder if there's anything like, I wonder if we do like a little cute, like a little sit and like swinging her legs back and forth sort of a thing. Might be cute. A little something like that. I'm gonna like keep this in the corner as like a, hey, this was our 10-second idea doodle. The hand would realistically be more like right there though. Could also do a little wave. Okay, we'll do a little pose like that. That's cute. I think that's cute at least. Okay, so first things first, probably the head would be a good place to start. Mayhaps. If I do know how to draw a circle, which is debatable. Speaking of art fight, you got any ideas for the theme this year? Ooh, I don't. I mean, honestly, I even forgot to vote in the poll for what people wanted for this year, so I don't even know even all the stuff that's up on the docket, to be honest. Plus also, I know because I'm about to be going into my big final project to graduate college. A lot of my time is going to be spent prep for that this summer, to where I'm definitely, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely going to still participate in the fight, because I can't not. But it's definitely going to take a little bit of a back seat to making sure I have some stuff prepped to being made for that. There's polls for Art Fight? Yeah, the Art Fight Discord, and I think they do technically put them up on the website as well, put out like a little Google Doc that let people vote for the theme that they want each year. So that way there's a little bit of user input for like what people are wanting to vibe with and that sort of thing. I don't know all the like technical, if it's just like that's what Flap decides the theme, or if it's a part that's taken into consideration, because I am obviously here. I am just an artist. I am just a girl. I do not know the secrets of the Art Fight moderators, but I do know that it does play into something somehow. Minecraft movie versus FNAF movie. I feel like they couldn't do that because of copyright issues. However, it is very funny to imagine, solely because of like the different sonas or like themed art people would draw. Would be so fun. I feel like it'd bring back some like good old like early like YouTube art sort of vibes of just like, what if we just made FNAF OCs and that's it, or like this is my Minecraft OC and they're really cool and they kill creepers and they're really awesome, which we need to bring that kind of just, this is a silly little guy kind of character creation back. Okay, we'll give him a little shoulder here to define that a little bit. And little hand. Oh, look how cute they are already. They have to do like sandbox versus horror or something. They'll have to get cheeky with. Yeah, no, I I can see it working that way. I could see it. I do think that they might not go that route though, even still, just because of, I know a few years back there were some problems with the vampires versus werewolves theme, just because it wasn't really the most accessible to everyone, because unlike previous years where it was more of like vibes, that was like, okay, well we got like 2 different types of monsters, and also just there was issues with the theme. I was personally okay with it, but just because I was comfortable doesn't mean other people weren't, and that should always be taken into consideration in my opinion. Team Pixel versus Team 3D. Ooh. I personally would love that theme, just because it'd be a great excuse to do like a whole ton of like 3D animation or like 3D modeling, like for just a year, just to like, I don't know, have a gimmick. But I feel like once again, that's gonna divide people pretty, pretty one way or the other. Really? That theme was a problem? Yeah, especially because like the, there's certain rules and restrictions for things on the site like blood or any kind of gore or other stuff, and it was a little bit weird that year because of like, well, vampires and blood kind of go together, or like werewolves and this and that kind of go together, to where it was just a big hassle on a lot of ends. I know one of my friends, Sigdom, on Instagram, Tumblr, basically everywhere, I believe they put out like a post talking about it somewhere, because they're pretty big and like at least the like D&D fantasy like character kind of creation community, but they had some really good insights onto the whole situation, because they were also one of the people that was a little bit affected by that, just because of their own like personal phobias and other stuff. So it's something neat to look into for the sake of like just being more knowledgeable, but yeah, no, definitely they're going to be avoiding themes like that again in the future. Yeah, it'll be hard with the theme stuff. Yeah. There's always a lot of theme stuff that just gets hard, because taking out the fact that you can never really please everyone, which is always going to be the case for any theme art fight. It's also just, you know, hard to get something that doesn't accidentally is something that's already been done, or is could cause problems that could mean other people couldn't participate, or who knows what. It's a whole process, and I thank the Art Fight mods every day for being able to do a good job of what they do, because we absolutely love and appreciate them for that. Plus it means that, hey, and every July we get to have some fun, because they're making sure that everything's taken care of on their end. Okay, that lake's a little long now that I have the other one drawn in. Do a little hand wave here. Like that. Yeah, I know that hand's definitely a little big. So that's a little bit. Oh, hold up. Sliced off farther ahead. We're going to fix that. Okay. Did that. Now the head feels a little bit like it's fallen off, so we're going to fix that adjustment real quick. Okay, now we can get the little arm in, and we should almost be done with our little base anatomy for this chibi. Drawing extremely fluffy dog would be harder than expected. Yeah. A lot of floof is really hard to draw, honestly. Especially floofy dog. They're adorable, but there's so much floof. Honestly, it's the same case for just most floofy animals in general. They're adorable, but at what cost to the artist? Which is why I stick to a lot of my humanoids. think this leg also needs to be a little bit smaller this way too. To get a little bit more of a right chibi proportion. Make an Alaskan Malamute style of mix. Okay. Hold up. I'm going to need to Google this because if it's a fluffy dog, I'm going to need to see it. In case you cannot tell, not that much of a dog person, more of a cat girl myself, but not cat girl. I'm a bigger fan of cats than dogs because that's what I grew up with, but I can appreciate a good fluffy dog, although it does mean I do not know a lot of breeds. No, Optus and Mediclear, not a cat girl, no. Oh, okay, that is adorable. Hold up. I just need to like put this on screen for a second so anyone else can see this absolute floofy boy, because I feel like we all deserve like, you know, little quick dog break. But just look at this man. He is so fluffy. He is adorable. I feel like I just want to like pet him or hug him or like I don't know. I feel like that would heal some part of me. Okay, back to the chibi. Dog time over. Fluff. I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's so fluffy. You gotta love him. You know, I'm trying to figure out what is wrong proportionally with this chibi. Because there's something going on here. Okay, that's a bit more accurate. So I think we're gonna go with that, because done is better than perfect sometimes, you know? I say as I can continue to mess with several parts of the drawing. We just move this a little bit more of a bend. Okay, yeah, no, that's good. I'll give these a little bit more of a... Oh, that's smaller, not larger. There's two types of Malamute, which is woolly and regular. Woolly have much more fur, but not too good against the cold, if I'm not mistaken. While regular are really good sled dogs, being a unit and strong enough to pull the sleds. Huh. I mean, you got like the dog facts, the ice cream topping facts. You're like our go-to fun fact person today, honestly. Which I am all here for. Love a good just little fun fact, little tidbit, little learning. Oh, I need to put my reference back up because the dog is gone. Bring it in here a little bit closer. Okay. Probably gonna go over, oh, that is the wrong tool. Probably a nice little small nose this time, since for whatever reason I was not the best at drawing noses back then. As for the eyes, I give a really thick eyeliner for some ungodly reason, which might be the time to fix that if I'm honest here. Or, I don't know, we could just keep it and then redraw it better than we have in the past. Did she have any kind of eyelashes I found her? Nope. I've been told to be everyone's lifeline line who wants to be a millionaire multiple times because I would have the most random facts that no normal person should have. I mean, honestly, it sounds like you're the one who needs to go on who wants to be a millionaire. Because I mean, you're just the source for everyone else. Like, you're gonna be helping other people, sure, but like, why not just send the master at that point? I know I had a teacher who had that same kind of philosophy, substitute teacher, I guess, who anytime he had a class, we'd do some sort of like trivia or something or other together, and if there was some other like really weird, really cool question, after we'd eventually learn what the answer was or whatever, he'd be like, hey guys, now you're never gonna forget this, and make sure to say thank you to me if one of you ever gets on or wins Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and that question comes up. Or Jeopardy, or, you know, whatever show you get on. He was not picky, just shout me out was all he wanted. Because, I mean, honestly, fair enough. I would not be opposed to, like, if one of my friends got on some sort of, like, show or something else like that, and, like, oh, I know the answer to this because my friend Ninja Sylveon absolutely loves Pokemon, or Ninjago, or is really into sewing, or insert hobby of mine or obsession of mine here. You know, I'd like to be shout out just to, you know, say hi, have my, like, you know, not 5 minutes, I guess more like 5 seconds of fame, however long it takes them to say my name. I'm drawing some little happy eyebrows on this gal. Oh, she's adorable. Me knowing JJK trivia? No, true. You are like absolutely my pipeline of who do I go to if I need something JJK knowledge related. Which I have not needed that too much yet, but do know that you are my go-to for that now. Okay, how do I want to do the lips? Do a little there. Okay, the lower teeth might be a little big, gang. Which is why we have this tool. Could also just like temp shade in the upper lip to help visually distinguish that from the teeth a little bit better for me. Okay, that's cute. We're getting somewhere. That is a character. Yeah, but what if they block me from being a helping hand? If I already won the game, if I help everyone join in, we all get more money. Okay, so here's the strategy for that. You need to get like a fake mustache and like a collection of hats. Doesn't matter which kind, just the more the merrier. And you gotta just like every single time you get a mustache, a hat, maybe, you know, voice changer for good measure. And you just cycle through them. You get the best of both worlds. You get to win as yourself, and then you get to like random name generator 20 other aliases for you. So that way you can help everyone else out too. Cares way too much about a random series. No, I feel that. Listen, I've already called myself out once now for being way too big of a fan of Ninjago, which I am not going to apologize for. It is a great show that I absolutely love. But I mean, sometimes you just gotta have that one show that's like, hey, this is my ride or die show. We love this one. Okay, got the little skirt. It goes about down to her knees, so we'll go a little swoop. Okay. Little details in there. Do her little cute sleeves next. Just do need a little healthy amount of poof to them, as any good sleeve does. Oh, she also has those the weird fin things I gave her. You're the Ninjago girl? I mean, yeah. I mean, that's where my username comes from, Ninja Sylveon. Because I love Sylveon's favorite Pokemon, Sylveon, Ninja, love Ninjago. So that's where that part came from. So it's a little good 2-for-1 for fandom love on my username. I think maybe we do a little that and we erase it to get the good clean edges. There we go. Ooh, perfect. We love that. I can just add some little temp dots in as buttons. Which has a whole ton of ruffles on her shirt. Does it go all the way down? Yep, it goes all the way down. Cool. Alright, what Harper designs next? Oh, probably her heels would be a good thing to draw next. She has a little bit of that going on with the fronts being that nicer pink color. I'll just give her a little cue point to them. Okay, we'll test how it looks a little bit. Oh, wait, now I should probably just draw her foot shape different, shouldn't I? Because heels look different. Feet look different when heels. That's a sentence, right, gang? We'll do a little, let's go like that. We just warm this a little bit. And, you know, maybe we copy paste that foot just a little bit, just to save some time. Clean up, did I? Okay. Am I the right tool? Now I am. Yeah. Honestly, I'm just glad it's been like a really nice, good chill today here, at least where I am. It's been like got some good art done. I managed to get some like, you know, general chores around the house kind of stuff done. I was able to like vacuum and like dust before stream, which is why I was a little bit late, but you guys won't tell anyone, right? But that was super nice just to like have a good, like, nice, fresh way to start off the week again. Plus, I know that there's also, like, one or two things I want to do after stream in terms of, cleaning. Just, like, some last minute, oh, you know, might as well clean everything today if I've already done all that kind of things, you know. Okay, I think those feet are now closer to how I want them. Oh, yeah, no, the feet already look so much better. Okay, yeah, and the little bit of heel, that looks a lot better too. So we're going to go with that instead. I'm avoiding doing prac work. I spent all morning on all morning working. I'm fine. Yeah, I mean, from what you've told me already outside of stream, and please, if you need me to shut up about any of this, please just let me know. You have a lot done already to where, like, listen, I don't blame you for doing more. I'm going to likely be in the same situation when it comes time for me to do mine. But I mean, you're kind of good, dude. Like, you've got a lot done already. But of course, there's always the artist, hey, you know, gotta keep working on stuff even if we should call it done. Oh, hey there! It's nice to see you, Paleo. Welcome to the chat. We're doing a little bit we're not doing driving. I am stuttering over words, however. We're doing a little bit of drawing. We got some, hold up, hide the ref here. We did a little chibi Nobara from Jujutsu Kaisen, a little Centiquel with a Poke Puff, and now we're doodling a chibi version of a very old OC of mine that's been drawn once. So, giving love to an old OC at the request of chat. How are you doing today, though? I'm going to fight my phone in a bit. Okay, I mean, wait, so far my band pose, I know. Base pose. Hi, welcome in, Resonance. Nice to see ya. We've got a lot of people coming to chat right now to say hi. It's great to see you all here. How's your day been going, Rez, out of curiosity? Meanwhile, I'm just gonna draw these little fins in. A little bit simplified too, for the sake of my own sanity. Just, you know, yeah, she loves Cyndaquil. Heck yeah! It's a great Pokemon. For that one, funnily enough, we ended up deciding that what if we just roll a random number generator, look at the Pokedex number, see what we get. And we got Cyndaquil, which I was very happy about, because he's a great little guy. A transformer blew near my place and all I heard was bang, and then the power went out. But thankfully we have a generator that will last a couple hours. Oh no! Well, I'm glad you're okay and that you're safe. That does not sound like a fun way to just find out about that. Of just, there's a noise. Oh no. But yeah, I'm glad you have a generator and everything already, so you're good for at least a little bit, but I still do hope that gets fixed soon, at least for your sake. And oh, she has leg fins too. I always forget about these. And don't worry. Okay, well I'm glad to hear that you are all good. Or at least mostly good, minus the power being out, but thankfully that's a better problem to have than other things that could have happened. So there's definitely worse. There's absolutely worse, and I'm glad you're not dealing with worse. The second fin in here. The spirits were apparently very mischievous today. You know what? They kind of were. I cannot believe they would get up to this and cause you these kinds of troubles. It is truly not the nicest of them. So we have power right now, but if it dies and we don't have power, oops. Ooh, yeah, that is, I am wishing you electricity repairman soon. Cause, oh boy. Okay, how do I want to draw her little hair butts? Cause little young me did not always know what I was doing with designing stuff. We've been good. Just got your last batch of emails asking about internship/summer opportunities, hoping something comes from that. Oh, heck yeah. I hope you get something too, because your stuff is cool as heck. And I cannot see any reason why someone would not want to have you on for some sort of internship or job or something going on. Yeah, it also reminds me that I need to start doing that too, because of, it might be a smart idea to continue stuff going. Yeah. You also need to apply for jobs. Yeah. Honestly, don't we all a little bit in this economy? It's nice to see you streaming. When did you start picking this up? Literally a week ago. This is my second stream. I've started setting things up for a little bit longer for that, but last week was the first time I actually was able to, finally, I guess, bite the bullet, actually do something, thanks to Kieran Valor, since the two of us played, Split Fiction last week. We were going to play it today, however, that stream got moved to Tuesday, so if you guys want to come back for that, I would be happy to see you here. Yeah. I was here for Kieran, but my internet wasn't cooperating, so I couldn't stay. Lol. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I mean, if you're here for that good news, that stream did get moved, as I just said, so, you know, maybe the spirits they're being malevolent? That's not the right word. The spirits are being mean, but thankfully other spirits are trying to help out at least a little. Whichever ones it was, that led to some stream stuff getting rescheduled. I'm also realizing that, like, with the way the nose is drawn and these little hair dangly bits are drawn, it is starting to get very close to the style of, that characters were drawn for a Goofy movie. So I might have to go in and change a few things just so I can start unseeing that. Because don't get me wrong, we love a Goofy movie, but that doesn't mean my oarfish needs to look like a Goofy character. Done to every studio I knew that's working on dinosaur related stuff. I mean, that's a smart plan. I mean, that way, because I know you do a lot of dinosaur things, you don't even have to like do that much tailoring for each studio. You just kind of send your dino stuff directly to them, and boom, you're good. Which honestly, I kind of wish I could do something like that, but I'm a little bit too I need to start focusing in more specific areas instead of just being a generalist in everything. But what if I just like it all? What if I just like it all? I walked 2.5 miles to a Canadian bookstore to pick up something I ordered online, which I was surprised they were open on Easter, but hey, got witchy stuff, so it works out. Ooh! What kind of witchy stuff did you pick up? I mean, that sounds cool as heck. We love witchy things. Oh, this little hair strand back there. And I'm not sure how much I would vibe with making the top of her head more bricky? Blocky. That's the word. You can share in DMs on Discord? Okay. I'll have to check it out after stream in that case. And you're getting ready to go back to school already? That sounds fun. Is there anything specific that you're going to be like doing, learning, or you know, any fun stuff there? I know, at least for me, I enjoy school. It's fun, but that could also just be because I'm getting to do a lot of fun stuff with, you know, getting an animation degree, getting to do all the fun little creative things that I want to do. Oh, now got that braid to go there. Okay. For your viewing pleasure whenever you can check it. Thank you. I will definitely make sure to do that. Likely after streams, that way I can give it the proper attention it deserves, since if it's not something that needs to go on stream, I don't want to cross the streams. Pun absolutely intended. As is the reference. There is. Now we have to all watch me attempt to lock in as I draw a braid. I've gotten 2 segments in, I forgot how to draw braids. Okay. The brain went burr? No, listen, my brain also goes burr. Mainly for my own funny special interests of like Pokemon, Ninjago, a lot of animation stuff, which for better or worse, I am definitely in the right place now to like, as someone who will talk your head off about like animating techniques that were used in movies like Into and Across the Spider-Verse and all sorts of other media, I'm definitely in the right place for right degree program for having that problem. But I am very much a person that like, do not get me started about talking about cool animation stuff. You will have to tell me to shut up. But in my defense, animation's super cool. Brain really, yeah, listen, we're just a chat of people with the brain going burr, which, you know what? That's not a bad thing. by the way, can you tell me the character you were interested in, Dr. Stone? You said one caught your eye and you were gonna watch it because of them. Okay, so fun fact, I still need to actually sit down and watch it because I do. I bet I could look it up after I'll look it up in a sec, because I bet if I just like pulled up a picture on stream and just like pointed them, just like that one, you probably could know what the name of it, because I know you're really into that, but I do not know their name, just that she looked really pretty and cool. You would? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got like our whole gang of experts here. We got our Jujutsu Kaisen expert, we got our Dino expert, we got our fun fact expert, we got the whole squad. You're guessing it's Kohaku. Okay. I mean, that's a cool name either way, so. And if you think I find Kohaku cool, you're probably not entirely wrong. So let me just, I can Google Kohaku first and see if that's the one that comes up. Dr. Stone. Nope, wrong, stop, Google, nope. Pressing images, I'm not images, links I'm not supposed to. Oh, no, it is not Kohaku. Hold up, let me see if I can find an image then. Dr. Stone. I know they were on like the poster on like Crunchyroll, so I might be able to find it that way. Dr. Stone, most recent season? You're surprised? I mean, like, she's cool, but I don't know. It might be a thing, like, if I watch the show, she'll grow on me and I'll get there, but who knows? Recent season is spoilers. Okay, should I not be showing any of this on stream then for people for potential spoilers? Oh, I did find the character though. Probably, haha. Okay, I will just, don't show, okay, I will send this, I will exchange your witchy items for, seeing that to showing you what character it was that I thought looked really cool. Sometime later then, not on stream, and if I get around to finally watching it and I can be like, hey, this character's design is not a spoiler, then maybe we duel them. I don't know. But that's a bridge that we'll figure out when we get to it, since I currently do not know better either way. So, whoops. But no, thank you for, I don't want to say calling me out on that one, but giving me that little heads up before, decisions were made, things were shown, spoilers were given. Because I do want this to be a relatively spoiler-free environment for y'all. I need to go back in and erase some of these extra lines that we don't need. Okay, I feel like that armband little cuff needs a little bit more definition, but that's a quick fix. That's an easy fix. Dr. Stone is so good at my fight. Senku is my best. I know you are a big fan of Senku. And I think I've dueled him once, at least once for you, I believe, too. So, hey, who knows? Maybe we do like a doodle request stream at some point, and most likely if you show up, Senku will be drawn again then, too. Maybe some dinosaurs as well, depending on the audience that day. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, paleo. Yeah, it's a little gift. It's fun to just draw little things to surprise your friends sometimes. Big fan of little surprises when your friends need it. It's great. Dinosaur. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, part of me is very scared to attempt drawing a dinosaur at some point, just because, like, they're so complicated. There's so many little bits to them. They're very cool but complicated creatures, and you over here make it look like make it look so effortless. Which, I mean, is a talent in and of itself, let's be honest here. fix out a little bit of the braid. What other parts need to be erased? Oh, okay, the stuff with the skirt needs to be fixed a little. Just a little. Oh, wrong there. Just a little. Okay, we're trying our best today, gang. We will try to draw on the right layer in ways that help. You shall not judge trust. Okay, good. I'm glad to know that. If a time comes where I must attempt to draw the dino, the dino gods will not be upset with whatever ends up coming out, because I cannot make any guarantees unless I do like the SpongeBob, like, you know, oh, first I draw this, and then erase some of the complicated parts, and 1, 2, 3, a circle. But I just do it with, like, drawing Sylveon, and I just somehow turn it into a dinosaur. Which, I mean, now that I say it, I might work depending on the type of dinosaur, but I don't know. Guess that's just another, we'll cross that bridge when we get to kind of a sort of situation. Okay, is there any other parts that need to be erased to make this look more okay? Set in the tone of Wrong Lever. Oh, I love that movie and that reference so much. The Emperor's New Groove is just, it's such a classic, and I'm glad that, like, through the power of memes, it is getting so much more of the recognition that it absolutely deserves. Like the, wrong lever, or like, you know, wrong layer is something that, I reference way too often with, both myself and friends when we do stuff on wrong layers regardless of the program. You could probably turn a Sylveon into a dinosaur. I could think of some that would make sense for it. Ooh, okay. I mean, in that case, I wonder if we could just make a game out of it, of like drawing Pokemon and turning them into dinosaurs. Probably not fossil Pokemon, because I feel like that'd be a little bit of cheating. Since, you know, based off of dinosaurs, probably a little bit easier to draw a dinosaur from that. But, you know. Okay, do I want to add anything fun for this gal? I feel like I should probably give her, like, something that she's actually sitting on, so she's not just sitting on air. Copyright lol? I mean, true, but I feel like, on my very limited knowledge of other things, like, Drawfee has done, one of my favorite art YouTube channels has, done a lot of different stuff that's been based off of, like, Disney characters, or drawing things based off of Pokemon names, or, like, all sorts of other things, where, to my knowledge, they've been completely fine. But, yeah, no, that'd be definitely something that, like, if I set it up, had to be very careful with it. Pokemon founder is okay with copyright things. I think so too. Because technically, because you hold the copyright from the moment of creation for works of your own, whatever things, I don't think the Pokemon Company would be going too hard after you. Plus also, I don't think the Pokemon Company is going to be the most concerned with someone just doodling for fun and not for profit, so yeah. But no, that's absolutely a good point to be making. I would definitely want to, especially if I turn into like a cute video or something else, want to be careful with just making sure that we keep it copyright friendly. We'll have to suddenly lurk for the rest of the students during laundry, but I'll be out in and out of chat. Okay, I mean, you have a good time and hope the laundry goes well. I definitely also need to do some laundry today. I think I, like, loaded it into the washing machine. I think I hit start. You know what, we'll figure out after stream if we hit start or not. But, I know I definitely at least need to move it to the dryer at some point. Oh, hi, Observant Phantom. Hi, Sammy. It's nice to see you guys here. Probably off of work. I'm glad to hear that. How was work today? I'm just gonna move this little bench I'm drawing this gal on because he was a little bit floated off it. And maybe fix this knee too. Just clipping through. The Nintendo's sending the FBI after me because I drew Pikachu in the first grade. It's their copyright. Dude, if they're sending you after you for doodling Pikachu in the first grade, I am screwed with how much I drew Sylveon on the margins of math homework. It's a problem. Ooh, which OC is this? So this OC is a very old OC of mine, as per chat's request of just take one of my older characters and show them love for the next little doodle I did. And there's the right layer. Sorry guys for turning layers on and off so quickly there. But this is an old My Hero Academia OC I had, who was named Regale Miria, who was themed after an oarfish, and is actually supposed to be more of like a, not like a student or a teacher or anything, but is actually like a weather forecaster. You remember her? Oh my goodness! I genuinely did not think anyone was gonna recognize her, because I'll be honest, even I forget about her a little bit sometimes, but we love her. She's cute, and I'll be honest, I kind of like this newer art of her a lot better than whatever, whatever old me was doing. But I mean, that's on progress. That's a cool concept. Thank you. I believe also that, I did a lot of research onto her. It was like several years ago into like oarfish, which I'm forgetting all of right now because it's been years. But I believe there was something with like oarfish being like really good at like predicting weather or something else going on. So I was like, oh, what if her quirk allows her to like predict weather or know stuff of like that variety? And that's why she's such a good like weather forecaster sort of a person, because her quirk literally just tells her, yeah, it's gonna rain today. And she's right, unlike the most news forecasters, which I'll be honest, I could use just for the sake of actually knowing what the weather's gonna be like on a given day. Dude, I used to stare at your OCs on a metal like that, like all the time. Really? Oh my, you're making my day right now. Yeah, no, if you know me back from my Amino days, that's how I know you've been around for arguably too long at that point, because that was, it feels like a lifetime ago, but it has been a while. But it's been a hot minute since I've done anything on Amino. That's for real. You need her quirk. I mean, don't get me wrong, I feel like there's a lot of quirks that'd be useful, but definitely from, like, the practical standpoint, this is up there. Let's see, do the little, that bit. Hold up, that bench is not correct. We can get perspective right on a bench, right? Right. What layer is that on? That one, okay. I have found you. And a little bit of clipping going on here. Oh, also, I forgot to mention it before, guys, but for people who are coming in, we're also, in addition to like general doodle hanging out kind of time today, it's also a little bit of a Q&A. So if you guys want to throw in any questions my way, I will be more than happy to answer them. Also, since I know that I think both of you guys actually threw in some questions on my Instagram beforehand, which thank you so much for that, by the way. They were answered earlier in the stream, and I should be posting the VOD later today, so you guys should be able to go back and watch those then, because I would absolutely love to just go and talk about that again. However, I did also talk about that for several minutes for each of your questions, so maybe spent a little bit of extra time than I probably should have, but you know what, it's a good problem. It's a good problem. When it snows one day where I am, then 70 and sunny the next. Oh, I feel that. I feel like, without doxing myself where I live, it's the same situation. It's just, it will go back and forth. I know that a few weeks ago it was like finally starting to like warm up. We were getting like a little bit of an actual spring weather. It was perfect. And then out of the blue, it was just, we got a huge like cold front for 2 days and it was freezing and everyone had already like packed up their winter coats. And I know I like the week prior put away like my big nice blanket I put on my bed during the winter. So that was just, it was gone. Not gone, but like I washed it, I folded it. I didn't want to go through that again for 2 days. So kind of just ended up grabbing all the blankets I could in my house and just being like, we'll be a burrito for the next 2 days to prevent extra work. Which, in all fairness, sometimes just cuddling up like a burrito is super nice and comfy. I mean, that and like a hot chocolate, maybe a good TV show, you know, it's a great time. Burrito time, yeah, burrito time is great. It's one of the best ways to like de-stress after a long day, in my opinion. Bonus points if you have like any kind of plushie or stuffed animals as well. I know I have my collection of my Sylveon plushies and my Build-A-Bear axolotls that I love and keep on my bed, so yeah. Great TV show, and Dr. Stone is a great show. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's like a pick your show of choice, which I know for you is most likely Dr. Stone, but it's gonna vary from person to person. Just you gotta choose what's good for you. What's the vibe? Okay, I think that should be the little doodle of Regale done. Unless I want to add some sort of like a... Oh, I could add like a little cute heart or something. Give her a little bit of a... Okay, that's cute. That's cute. That's cute. I'll just keep harassing you until you watch it, by the way, but I'll be out of gloves. I mean, honestly, if that's what it takes, it might be what it takes. I know there's a lot of shows and things that just, like, it just takes me a while till I'm in the right, like, if I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely need to watch that, then I actually sit down and watch it, to where it happens with a lot of media, and I need to get better at that, but at the same time, I think the only way I can get better at that is if I, like, flat up, I quit school and just be like, cool, we are working our way through our watch list for the next, like, year, which, not too much of an option as of right now. I keep so many plushies of a great mix of Random Ravens and Madsmaru. Ooh, that sounds fun. Same, I've had some shows to be watched on my watch list for, I think, 5... Yeah, no, the long watch list is really real. Any good shows you're watching right now? Ooh, okay, yes, there are a few that I'm watching right now. The main few I'm watching currently are, I'm working my way through the Ghost Stories fandub, which, I'll be honest, it's a really great, like, comedy just to, like, watch after a long, hard day and just be like, I want to watch some voice actors do what is essentially improv over really old, like, animation, to where, definitely, if you're going to want to watch it, make sure you look up, like, the, like, rating or, like, a few clips from it to make sure you're, like, okay, this is something I enjoy and will be fine with, but, it's a good time if you do like that kind of stuff. I've also been watching, Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury, because, it's my first kind of, like, a little bit of jumping into Gundam-related stuff, but I actually won a long while back, a Gundam kit for one of the characters from the show, and I was like, okay, that's been on my watch list for, like, 4 years now, finally got around to it, and I'm like, okay, this is actually really great. I think I'm a Gundam fan now. Gundam Seed and Destiny are peak. So I've heard. I have, like, told 1 or 2 other people that I've now, like, started watching my first little bit of Gundam related stuff, and they've said the exact same thing, to where, those are going to be my next ones after, Witch from Mercury. which, funnily enough, part of that suggestion was actually from one of my teachers during class. So I have written in my class notes, hey, go watch these Gundam shows, because my teacher recommends them, and I trust his recommendations. I mean, you work in the industry for long enough, you know what's the good stuff to go watch, and I'm gonna trust him on that one, since he's had nothing but good opinions so far. So, yeah. Which teacher? I'm not gonna tell that on stream, sorry. I may be able to tell you later in person, but not right now. Don't feel like doxing myself too much. I want to go on ghost steps with some friends. That would be a blast. Oh, that would be so fun. I mean, I'm just a big fan of like any kind of like fan dubbing stuff in general, because I don't know, there's just something about it, and so many people have a great sense of humor for that kind of thing. Like, I am a die-hard, what's it called, Sonic fan dub fan, to where I, for better and for worse, can basically quote any part of that on just at the drop of a pen. It is a problem for the people I know, but, like, in terms of, like, I will definitely be dropping, snap cue references left and right, like, no second thoughts there, but, you know what, once again, good problem to have, so they can't be too mad at me. Okay, I did a little bit of cleanup on Nubara, since I realized I left all the construction lines in after cleaning up all the ones from Regale. Okay, I think we gotta choose what to draw next, guys, because those three are all done, unless we want to add any more detail or other stuff. We move them up a little bit. Okay, that's good. Clip Studio? Oh no. Okay, cooperated. Good, talk to me about them when you watch. Oh yeah, no, I absolutely will be talking to you now that I know that they're that you're into Gundam, because I'm slowly realizing that, like, I don't hear a lot of people talk about Gundam that often, weirdly enough. So it's like, oh, I guess it's like not a lot of people are into it, but I guess, oh well. And then every person I've mentioned it to has been like, I love Gundam stuff, and I'm like, I guess people just don't talk about it that often, but I am slowly finding myself in a Gundam-themed space. I only watched Gundam Seed and Destiny, but they're the best ones, I'm gonna be honest. Once again, so I have heard, which is kind of like part of me is like, okay, we gotta get through Witch from Mercury so I can try those out too. They all sound good. I see clips from the other show and I'm like, nah, lol. I mean, fair enough. Sometimes, like, clips are sometimes a good way to judge that kind of stuff, or sometimes it's also like, I know back whenever I was in, high school for a little bit, we had a anime club, and we kind of had this, like, general, not rule, but, what's the word for it? Like, philosophy that sometimes it takes, like, 2 or 3 episodes of a show to sometimes determine if it's gonna be something you like or want to watch a full season of. That's kind of just like our own way of saying, don't judge something right away by the first bit of it. Which is, you know, pretty good philosophy to have. So it's like a really weird mix of, like, when trying to find shows I like, of being like, what is, like, I've seen clips of this, I'm going to like it, versus like, I don't want to judge this too soon. No one can replace Arthur in my heart as one of my favorite anime characters. Oh no, that's fair. Let me see. There was something I was going to pull up, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, yeah. What if I did a little... Okay. I have 2 ideas, guys. What if I either, 1, we do another little, like, cute Pokemon drawing. We do another randomizer to decide. Or... we could do another chibi, and what if I just draw one of the characters from a show I've been watching recently? Just kind of keep stuff going with that question, because it's a good one. Gonna pull up the randomizer just in case either way. Just get stuff ready for both, because I know there's a delay between Twitch chat me, which sad it's not instant, but you know, we make it work. Oh, yes, character from a show, please. Okay, let's do that then. What if we... Let me see, what other shows have I been watching? I'm trying to think as well. Show one? Okay, we'll do show one. We'll do show one. I know I've also been, also been trying to slowly chip away at Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, which is really cute, and I do recommend it. Also, just like the animation's nice. I love Flying Bark Productions. And just, it's a really cute, wholesome show. I like it. You'd be so cute. Oh, thank you. I think I'm gonna hop out, but I'll catch you in server DMs. It's been rad to be here and chat with you. Yeah, thank you so much for coming out. It means a lot to me. I will absolutely talk to you later, but thank you for coming to stream in the meanwhile. Okay, let's do, suit. Oh, my caps lock key is on. Mercury, okay. Okay, I don't want cosplays of the characters. I don't need to buy a cosplay right now. Or figures. Okay, Google, please. I clicked images. Okay, where is a good ref of this one character? Because she has some really funky but cool bangs that I low-key kind of love. And I've been wanting to draw them for, like, since I started the show, because, I mean, what's an anime character without some weird but cool-looking bangs? I just gotta remember her name so I could find her actual reference instead of just, being like, hey, we're characters from the show, please? Minori, okay. We'll add that to the search. Ray? Hopefully spelled correctly. Selena. Okay, I'm getting a lot of the main characters, none of the side character. Oh, there we go. We found some screenshots from it. So cool. Okay. Gonna throw that reference in here. But yeah, no, do you guys like see what I mean with like she has these like really and they animate them in like a really fun way too, to where like there's a little bit of like a mixture of stiffness and bounciness to it that's just also really fun. But it's like all these little just like swoopy bits that just go off to the side, and I'm like, it's really fun. Yeah, the haircut does go so hard. I mean, it kind of also reminds me of like, if you've seen those birds that have like the little like feathers on the top of their head that kind of like poof up, it almost looks a little bit, I think it's like a cockatiel or something. It almost looks like that, but just like on the front of her face, which also adds a little bit to the cute factor. She looks like a Pokemon character, kinda. You know what? I think she does, and I think that kind of explains my love of her design, now that you're putting it like that. Because she does! That is like a very Pokemon style haircut of just, we're going to throw shapes at this and you guys are really like it, and you're gosh darn right, I love it. Let's do like a nice, might extend my canvas a little, for the sake of, giving myself some space to work with so it's not too cramped. I'll set height to... Nope, that's less. I know numbers. 1500. There we go. Very recognizable so well. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, she's just a fun character all in all. It's also funny that you say she's pretty like a princess. She's actually like the daughter of this one character who's like a really big I can't remember his position, but he's some like really high up person to where she kind of, I don't want to say she is a princess, but like it's one of those, well, she's the daughter of someone very important situations to where a little bit of that going on, but she doesn't like, you know, being too viewed that way and very much wants to like do things for herself, which like makes her a very fun character, and I don't know, very likable to me, just because we love a character who just kind of like, no, I don't care what I like, you know, I just want to be a normal person. I don't know. I don't know. She's a vibe. I like her. Plus also, Pokemon character haircut. Maybe help him with that a little bit. We're likely gonna have to puppet warp these, not puppet warp, liquefy tool, that's what it's called. You guys not see me hover over it to try to remember the name of the tool. You guys saw nothing. But, yeah, that gets a little softer features, since I know I tend to accidentally draw them a little harsh sometimes. Now it's a little bit too round. Okay, that's a pretty okay base to start off of. Plus, bangs are going to be covering a lot of that side of her face, so. You know, we don't need to focus too much on it, because otherwise we'll do the classic artist, puts a whole ton of time into one hand. Whoops, it's covered by a sleeve, or, you know. Okay, let's do the ear next, since that's pretty, you know, important to where the neck placement should go. But yeah, no, it's a really fun and good show with a lot of different and really good character design that kind of like, it toes that line between very anime looking design and like just making it be very fun at the same time really well, to where I would highly recommend the show, honestly. It's been nothing but good to me so far. Plus also, you know, sometimes robots fighting is just sometimes cool. So, enough said there. Ooh, you have to see it sometime? Yeah, no, it's, it very much, like, it took one episode for it to capture my heart. Spoiler free here, obviously, because if I'm trying to pitch the show to you guys, I don't want to spoil it sometime. But, oh, the first episode is, it's very good, and it really sets you up for feeling for so many of the characters for the rest of the show, to where it very much feels like a protagonist done right, for like having you feel for them, and not just being like, oh, you should care about this character because they're the main character. Like, no, you gotta give your viewers, like, give us a story, give us a reason to care about this character, give us a reason to cheer them on. And I feel like that's something they did really well, so, yeah. Of course, now I just have to hope that, like, hey, I'm only partway in. Maybe we make sure that, not make sure, but we hope that, that continues going forward. But, you know what? I have a bit of faith. I'll have a bit of faith. Also, Love Robots currently creating a series with some robots, and I need the inspo. Oh, yeah. Robots are just cool, once again. I love, like, there's a lot of different, like, mecha or other robots in anime that just, they look cool. I know that, one of my favorite animes ever, and I will die on this hill of it just being a great show, is, Code Geass, and all the, like, mechs in there are absolutely gorgeous. They also do, like, a really good job of distinguishing through, like, color, like, shape, language, design stuff, the two different sides of this, like, war that's going on. So it's really fun to just, like, take a look at that and be like, oh, this side that's, like, fighting for, like, the government, this, like, whole royalty, other stuff. They're really good at, like, trying to bring that sense of, like, that very royal sense of, like, everything's a little bit exaggerated, a little bit flashy into their designs. Meanwhile, this rebellion is very, like, we are going to be doing what is the, like, the most practical. We're going to be keeping very, like, what works, not what looks cool. And so it's a really good, like, good clash visually as well, which kind of ties back into the storytelling, which always a fan of, because, you know, designs really should reflect the characters, reflect the show. Design should be able to tell a story. Now I just need to draw the actual character's facial expression. And nose. It would help if I stopped doing little bouncy leg stuff. Do a little something there. Okay, I'm gonna adjust that a little bit because it's a little bit. Definitely want to go for like the more small, cute approaches. That's what she has going on. Do I have a lot of final exams / projects coming up? Yes and no. There's a lot of different projects I'm on this semester just because so many people have been making really good things, really cool things this semester at the college I go to. So I've been a part of a lot of those projects, which I need to start posting about soon. Let me see what else is there. Finals wise, I've already started working on a few of them for a few various classes because a lot of them are like larger projects, so they take about like a month. So I'm kind of in the works for a few of those, which I will likely post as well whenever they get done, whenever that may be. Hopefully before the semester ends because school project, but you know. Trying to think if there's anything else cool and fun. Something that actually happened today, so I've not gotten to talk or like post on my stories or anything about it. Recently, one of the projects I'm on that's doing like a whole ton of assets for like a what's it called? Basically all the pre-production stuff for a like a short animation something or other. We finally I was in charge of the shield because this is like has this very fantasy themed, very like really fun knight character kind of as the lead, and I was in charge of getting to design the shield as well as going through the modeling, UVing, and the what's it called, texturing process, that's what it's called, and handed that off to the person who's heading the project the other day, and as of this morning it is officially rigged and it is a completed prop, and we have our first completed prop. So I am really excited to be working with that since it's the first time something I've modeled completely from scratch has like gone all the way through the pipeline of that kind of stuff. So it is really nice and big exciting. That's a sick congrats on the shield. Thank you so much. I will honestly probably end up likely end up like sharing it sometime on stream. If nothing else, maybe I do like a animation stream at some point. Just cause I have my own this computer too. I can do some fun, cool stuff. It's, why not? Why not? Yeah, I pretty much got assigned finals. Just got assigned finals in my classes too. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I know that one of my classes though, thankfully, because of a whole ton of stuff going on this semester of just teacher being busy, students being busy, whatever, ended up deciding that we're just not gonna have a final. Just, hey guys, make sure to turn in your assignments in as they're assigned and we're good. Which I am very happy about. It's great, honestly. Am I going to do Art Fight this year? Yeah, I am going to be doing Art Fight again this year. It does come with the caveat, though, of because of my own senior project is going to be next year. The preparations and some of the stuff for that is going to take a little bit of priority, so I may not be like churning out 30 pieces like I have the last couple of years, but I do still plan on participating at least a little bit, hitting a few people with some surprise art, and maybe stream it a little bit on here. Who knows? Yeah, Art Fight. We love Art Fight. It's always a great time. have the problem on social media, people messaging you to commission them. I have had that happen once on Discord or some other stuff. Yeah, no, you're completely right. It's annoying. Especially because, like, on basically all of my everything, I, usually make it pretty clear that, hey, I am an artist, both for the sake of, like, I'm going into the industry. I want people to be able to tell that, so that way they can hire me, please. But, like, it just feels like very, like, hey, you're an artist, I'm an artist. I get other artists like to commission things, don't get me wrong, I do too. But I feel like you should know that's not the protocol for this. It's a little rude for people just to come out of the woodworks, especially when, like, there's no previous established history between us, just to be like, hey, give me money and I'll draw your characters. Like, I don't know. Just always seemed a little bit weird to me. Oh, and I drew the iris on whenever I flipped it, so I'm gonna have to made her a little bit wall-eyed. We'll fix that. Happened to me when I first started my account, but other than that, not really. I honestly, I'm glad that is the case, because it is annoying. I mean, I'm of the opinion that, like, hey, if people want to commission me, yes, please just message me. Or, like, art trades. I do not care if we have, like, ever interacted, but, like, if you're interested in an art trade, like, I'm always cool and, like, always down for that, to where I'm like, yeah, of course, just message me out of the blue. Plus, art trade's a little bit different than a commission, but I don't know, that's my philosophy. About a $5 commission a couple weeks ago recently. It got posted. A bunch of people took that as invitation to message me to get my money. Ooh, that is not fun. Yeah. Funnily enough, one of my other friends kind of has that exact same problem of they they commission a lot of artworks just because it's what makes them happy. It's their, like, extra little bit of, like, fun money, and what's fun to them is just getting art of, like, their characters or characters they like. And they talk about how all the time it's a problem. People will just think that they're just made of money and just will commission everyone, which is obviously not the case, because if someone was made of money, I'm pretty sure we would have all found out by now and would have been like, hey, $5 please. But I digress. Are you adding any new characters to Art Fight this year? I'm trying to think if there's any I don't have uploaded right now, which is the main question. Let me think. I don't know if I have... Do I have all my D&D characters up there? That's the real question, which we will answer now. Where is Art Fight? But, long story short, the answer is going to be, if there's someone I haven't added, they will likely be up on there, as soon as I realize, oh, this character's not up on there. Oh, yeah, there is actually one or two characters off the top of my head I know that are missing. One of my more recent characters, that I made for a one-shot that has kind of gotten indefinitely postponed, who was I think it was a Blood Hunter fighter, multi-class, is not up on there yet. So I will definitely be adding him because he was a fun design. Agreed, I joined an art raffle and the artist mentioned me trying to convince me to buy a commission instead. I looked at the profile they did a previous art raffle and it seems they never picked a winner. Oh, that's a little... I don't know, that just makes me a little mad. That's... People should not be doing that if just, like, you're just trying to get people to be interested in commissioning you by doing a raffle. Like... Don't get me wrong, I am all for, like, art raffles and stuff. I think they're cool, and they're also, like, a great way to, like, reach new people and, like, get people to actually follow you in your social medias. Because, like, I'll be honest, even I am guilty of, like, the good old, oh my goodness, I love this artist, but somehow forgets to never follow them because they just pop up on my various stuff naturally. But like, if you're going to make it, follow through, man. Okay, I think I'm gonna give her a little bit of Angie expression. Just a little, though. A healthy amount of Angie. Might have to end up fidgeting with the the eyebrows just a little bit until I get something exactly that I like. I know, I did this until she's actually on some layer. One black and white squish is all that's needed to consider raffle them. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. You can make it as, raffles can be as complex or, you know, simple as you want them to be. Which, honestly, you know what? Now that I think about it, it might be kind of fun to do a, like a raffle for trying to hit affiliate, since I know there's a lot of cool stuff I will, be able to unlock and do here on Twitch once I finally reach that goal, some of which is already in the works, and I will leave as a little bit of a, surprise for y'all later once we finally hit that mark. But it might be like, you know, nice, good, fun way of just being like, hey guys, I will give a raffle away to one of my followers on Twitch whenever we do hit affiliate finally. Yeah, you know what? I think I am gonna do that. I'm just gonna have to actually like put stuff together to actually like have like some sort of like post about it and just, you know, have it in writing somewhere. Also, so even I don't forget, because let's be honest, it is like writing stuff down is very important for me these days, just for the sake of not forgetting things. Like, obviously you guys cannot see me or my sep or anything because PNG tuber, but I have like sticky notes all over the place I use all the time just to like little reminders of I'm working on this project, so I need to remember this thing, or I need to fix this thing, or all just the little reminders I could possibly need. A raffle, I'll join. I love more. Yeah, of course. I would love if you would join. I mean, heck, yeah, like I said, just kind of have to get that all actually like set in motion and set that stuff up, which, I mean, obviously I'm gonna have to like work on a few things first in terms of like, school is obviously gonna come before this, but as like a soft heads up, yeah, I'm definitely gonna be doing that. So if you haven't already, feel free to follow. It's free here on Twitch, so yeah. Plus I'm probably gonna do the raffle that way of just selecting a random follower on here. So, yeah. Now it's time for the really fun bangs. Let's go. I feel that with my wall during a busy week is littered with sticky notes to remind me of things. No, because exactly the same. I will literally also just like plan out like little simple things of like, hey, remember to eat, please? Or like just being like down, hey, here's our like plans for food this week of like, we're gonna eat like a PB&J on like Wednesday for lunch, and then we'll have like chicken nuggets for dinner, just so I don't have to think about it later and potentially forget to eat, because that has happened more times than I would honestly like to admit, which we're getting better at that, but it's always a little bit of a work in progress with remembering. Just in general. Okay, and we'll do a little bit of the bang here. Just gonna wrap up some blockouts and shapes the same way. You're the same. Yeah, no, it's. You've lost it when you've lost. Forget basic bodily functions. Yeah, no, it's. I can tell I'm talking to a bunch of artists in chat because we're all having the same issue of just. Whoops, forgot to eat for almost the whole day. Should probably fix that. But yeah, thankfully, this is not sponsored, by the way. I just, you know, want to chat about it, because why not? It's relevant. I actually use a self-care app that I have grown a little bit fond of, honestly, called Finch, where you just have like this little bird guy that like you have to take care of through your own little tasks that you set up. So, like, I know one of the ones that I manually put in from the default ones was, like, eat lunch. So it just reminds me at 12 to, hey, eat lunch if you haven't already. And you get little rewards for whenever you complete a task, whenever you check them off of your list for the day. And it's really nice. Also, you can, like, do a lot of stuff with, like, the setup of it to where you don't need to, like, if there's some things you're going to be doing every day, like, you know, brush your teeth, get dressed, shower, whatever, you don't need to put those in each day. You can just set them to be like, this goes on every day, so give me this goal every day. Which is nice, because it also helps counteract the forgetting, which I'm very talented at. But yeah, no, it's a good little piece of something to help with the artist urge to forget everything else that's going on in your life. Okay, those bang shapes are going pretty well. Maybe on the like third one she has going on. Starting to slowly realize I've been skipping lunch nearly every week. Sir, do I need to start, like... Listen, I know where you go to school at, because we go to the same school. Do I need to start, like, politely hunting you down and handing you a sandwich or something? Because don't doubt me, I will do it. Also because I know I'm just as guilty, so it's a good way to just start holding each other accountable to remember food. But yeah, no, it is easy to forget, which is why I have to like make a conscious effort to remember. Which, you know, sometimes we do slip up, sometimes we do forget, but you know, as long as we're doing better, generally speaking, I consider it a win. I shall hunt you down with sandwich. We're just gonna turn it into like a like an animation concentration wide. We're all just going to be hunting each other with sandwiches. Deans are gonna have to get involved, and new tradition starts. We just have to make sure that there's some sort of rule put in place for like, hey, no PB&J sandwiches. We do have people with allergies here. And it's all good and fun until someone gets a PB&J sandwich to the face. That can't. Honestly though, now that kind of sounds like a fun vibe. Like just a little fun, just something to do, because why not? We gotta keep ourselves entertained somehow, you know? Between the insanity, programs crashing, various deadlines of all kinds. You gotta make your fun somewhere. Ooh, I want a PB&J now. I haven't had one in at least a year. Yeah, you gotta get on that. The PBs&Js are great. I was originally gonna have one for, lunch today, funnily enough, but I ended up deciding last minute that, nah, I actually want some of my leftover pasta I have in the fridge. So I ended up having that and, like, made myself some, like kind of impromptu garlic bread, but by basically just taking toast, butter, and, like, some, garlic powder and, like, some Italian seasoning on it. Absolutely delicious, by the way. Highly recommend. But yeah, no, peanut butter and jelly, it's a classic for a reason. Also, can you make a sandwich launcher for the sandwich hunt? You know what? We'll have to make like an official rule set, and we'll determine if we can use like artillery then, if that's illegal or not. So you know what? We'll leave that as like a little bit of a like to be determined. Real question is what kind of jelly? Ooh, I'm a big fan of it's the classic, just grape jelly. It's great. It's grape, haha. But I know that I like other kinds of jelly on other things. Like like special different like fun flavors of jelly on like toast or doing it with like cream cheese and other stuff, that's delicious. But like for my PB&J, I mean, it's called PB&J for a reason. You gotta keep it with the peanut butter. Well, not the peanut butter, obviously the peanut butter. Keep it with the grape jelly. I found out that apparently in the UK, jelly is our jello. So they were confused on why we were putting jello on our sandwiches instead of grape jam. Okay, yeah, that would be confusing now that I think about it. I don't think I would think someone who puts jello on a sandwich is completely sane. But at the same time, now that you mention it, I kind of want to try it. But this could also just be a sign that, hey, maybe we start thinking about dinner soon, so every food combination under the sun doesn't sound like something that's actually going to be amazing and needs to be tried ASAP. I've been a jelly connoisseur for the past few years. Fig jelly hits hard, not gonna lie. Ooh. Okay, that also sounds delicious. I think I've had like family who's gone to try some fig jelly once or twice. We might have someone like the pantry back home that I might be able to steal a bit of to try sometime, but that does sound good. Seems like you're gonna try anything. You know, yes and no. On one hand, I'm like a big foodie, but there's some stuff I'm like very particular about. Like, certain spicy stuff, I have to like be in the right mood to try it. There's certain like vegetables or other stuff I just don't like. Sorry, I can't. And then I know there's also like some texture stuff that kind of comes into play sometimes with me of just like, oh, this has this texture. Sorry, it's a nope for me. I don't care how good you're gonna tell me it is. It's going to gross me out. I can't do it. Same with a stick of butter, because their butter packages are like fat logs. They assumed every American was fat due to putting massive logs of butter into dishes instead of the skinny sticks we actually have. Okay, yeah, that would also... like, how fat of, like, sticks of butter are we talking in the UK, then? Because, like, I definitely whenever I think, like, oh, stick of butter, I think of, like, the stuff I can go and get at the grocery store, like, right now. But yeah, that's interesting. Ooh, what is the grossest thing y'all have eaten? Okay, I know my answer for this, and for anyone who needs to potentially like hop out or maybe mute for a half second, I'll like put a little something on screen to say like, hey, we're good now, because it does involve like bugs. But the grossest thing I have eaten was one of my friends tricked me and some of our other friends into eating these like, I think they were called like, she called them mooncakes or something or other, that tasted god awful. That had like some sort of like crushed up something bug in it as well. And she told us that they were just like some normal cake something or other. I don't remember exactly, because I feel like I remember our reaction, her reaction more than anything else. But eventually, like, you know, oh, we sat down, we tried it, and I was trying so hard to, like, keep a straight face and be polite, but she was still able to tell, and she had just started, like, laughing. It's like, no, you can spit it out, I know they're horrible, and, that's when we found out. It's like, yeah, no, there's like some sort of like crushed up bug something or other in there as well, or like some other weird stuff. And it's like, it was more of a like a regional thing to a place that was obviously not the US, but we were very cautious from that day forward, even though the friend who gave them to us at like lunch is nothing but a big sweetheart and a big sweetie. But definitely from that moment on forward, we're like, okay, we're not trusting you with that again, though. But you know what? It's a funny memory now. Oh, should probably put something on screen now to let other people who might have tabbed out know it's good to go. do a little thumbs up. That does not look like a thumbs up. Okay, we'll just leave that then. We tried. I might be an artist, but I am at the same time not an artist, if that makes any sense. It's like having, oh, back to the butter thing. It's heavy in your hand because I bought European butter for a few dishes around Christmas. Our tradition is to place and cook food from there to celebrate. Okay, no, that's fun. Grossest thing I've had is enjoyed that grossest thing that I have that I enjoyed is scorpion lollipop and cricket candy. Okay. I once had straight up bugs, like no seasoning, extra stuff. No. I feel like that would almost be worse because it's just bug then. But I do find it's very funny that like everyone's go-to answer right now is just like, yeah, some form of bug. Like we all have the same worst thing that we've tried, and it's all bug. Solution is, guys, don't eat your bugs, just give them like a little high five. I don't know. Hot take, corned beef is one of the grossest things I've eaten. Corned? Wait, corned or canned? Is corned beef a thing? Because if it is, I've never heard that before. Huh. Okay, corned beef is a thing. Beef if canned. Okay. It does look very interesting. Maybe something I'd like try once if I was in the mood for it and like take it from there, but it would definitely be like I have to like be in the mood for it that day and be like, okay, yeah, no, we're gonna try this. In my defense, it was for charity, but it was horrid. Okay. You know what? I'm glad that at least, like, your worst food you've eaten was for charity and not, like, your friend tricked you into it. That is a much better reasoning behind, or not reasoning, but I don't know. It's good that you're doing that for charity. Oh, was that for, like, the, I know you did, like, a charity stream a while back, and I think I tuned in for a little bit of it. Was it for that? Whenever I get to the point where bugs become more of a normalized source of meat. I mean, I know in some places it's more normalized, but I mean, I don't know. At least for me, I'm okay with it not being normalized just because I don't know, it grosses me out. I just don't vibe with that, but it's one of those things where like, hey, if it's safe and someone likes it, whatever floats your boat, buddy, sort of thing. Just, I don't know, maybe I might want to have a little bit of a heads up or like, please don't be mad if I like go sit somewhere else if someone's eating like, I don't know, but who knows. Let's do this little hair strand here. And we can do her little long hair in the back. That should be her hair pretty much done. Unless we want to do a little bit. Oh, we should probably draw her uniform too now I think about it. Yeah, it's for that stream right around the beginning of December. Yeah, okay, so I did remember that correctly. I am glad I was able to. Oh, I need to delete that from this layer now. Yeah, no, it's really cool that you're able to do a charity stream like that. I honestly love to at some point, but like that's one of those things that's like a very down the road situation because I mean this is my second stream ever and I've been streaming for a week, so not really the time yet to do a charity stream or something else. But I mean I'm down to like if there's ever any streams I could like help out in or anything else, I'd be down for that because I love supporting a good cause. Plus, I have been part of a charity stream in the past, but that was forever and a half ago, and was also not streaming back then, so, you know. Need to outline the face a little bit more here. Maybe also erase some guidelines, because, you know, might help with the cleanup just a little bit. If we can not have that in the way. We don't need the video of that here. Nah. Just erase all that up there. Oh, that looks so much cleaner already. Yeah, in some places, it's even a snack like fried ants in South America, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no, I think I've heard that too. So it's definitely like it's a very regional thing, I guess, is the best way to put it. Which, I mean, makes sense. Everywhere in the world has very different tastes in food and like what's normal, what's not. But, I don't know, that stuff was just kind of really interesting. Remember the guidelines should always be made? Oh no, absolutely. It's just, you get to a certain stage where you're like, you know what, we're erasing these now. Which, that time is now. And the uniform, because I said I was going to, you know, should probably give her clothes. She has this nice little color with a little V shape in it. Do a little something there. All right. Ooh, and yes, there's a little seam there too. I'm glad that that's there, because even if it wasn't, I was going to end up adding it anyway, because sometimes the sewing likes to know how, like, sewing and knowing how to, like, garments are constructed, and adding that to my art part of my brain is alive and well. Rule 1, there are no rules. Rule 2, ignore Rule 1. That is honestly, that's a way I need to start living my life more often, of just saying, you know what, sure, why not, and just saying no more rules. Which, not gonna lie, might be a little bit hard, because I definitely a lot of rule following, very goody two-shoes kind of person growing up. But you know what, we're getting a little bit better at that. Or at least in the, like, being very hard on myself kind of sense. Okay, what other details do I... Oh, let's erase that. And those lines, because we don't need the neck clipping through the collar of her shirt, because, fun fact everyone, I don't think clothing can do that. Being a rule follower is good. Yeah, sometimes, but it's also, I don't know, sometimes in life it makes it a little bit harder to, know how to, like, go with the flow if you're a little bit too, like, strict and uptight with everything, I found. To where I'm definitely trying to, like, unlearn some of those habits. Because, like, don't get me wrong, there is a time and a place where rules should, you know, be followed. But they're there for a reason. But, you know, you also need to be able to recognize sometimes where maybe there's a better way to do things, or maybe the rule's not a good rule at all, which is one of the, like, harder things to come to a realization with. Adding that other shoulder in back there, because you should have two. You and me both? Yeah. It's, you know what, life is sometimes just a constant journey of having to, like, grow and learn those kinds of things about yourself, and just, you know, adapt and learn as you go. And you know what? Everyone has their own journeys they're on, and it's all good. Let me see. What other details from the outfit should I be including? Oh, it has a little strappy-doos on the shoulder bits. Very technical terminology we're using here today. I'm just gonna loosely sketch that one in. Erase that bit. Okay, we're going to use that tool to fix some things. Oh, and there's also a little bit of a stripe on this. We'll just sketch that in really lightly. Do a little bit of erasing. Then, okay. This is gonna be like slowly turning into like a, you start with a bust, then you do like a half body, and then we do like a full body if I keep it up at this rate. So I might cut this gal off there for how much I'm drawing of her, because otherwise I can and will get carried away, and it will become a problem. Okay. Cool, we got that folder now all named, and she's just good to, you know, she'll sit off there to the side. Really nice and cute. Okay. I'm thinking maybe we do one more thing, and we might call it a day after that. So now we just gotta decide what is the last sketch of the stream. I'm also realizing I've done a lot of 3/4 looking to the left kind of view with these characters. So, what to draw? You know what? We've been talking a lot about food. Is there some sort of like fun, cool food thing that we can draw? Hear me out, a burrito. Ooh, maybe. Let me see, what other fun foods are out there that could be fun to draw? Oh, you know what? We could do some sort of like a cake or something. Since, I don't know, cake's fun, has a lot of different layers. You can decorate it. You know what? Let's do a slice of cake. That sounds fun. Plus, it does kind of keep the vibe of like, you know, generally a very cute sketch page. Cake would be cool. Yeah. Plus, since we're just doing like black and white doodles, you guys can imagine whatever flavor of cake you want, because there's not going to be there's not any color on this, or at least not now. We'll see about that in the future. If I do end up deciding to like line or do more other stuff with these, either on stream or off of stream, who knows? Only time will tell. There. Oh, I chose a really bad angle for this. Maybe just a little squash. Okay, there we go. There. Okay, you know what? We did an okay job with that. No, we can fix that. We can make that better. I was about to say we did an okay job with the weird angle I gave myself, but then I saw all the problems with it. I'm like, okay, we're not praising myself just yet. There. That goes to there. Okay. Weird angle aside, that's a good, it looks okay, cool. Strawberry and peanut butter cream cake, red velvet cake. Now we're just starting the problem again of me being hungry on stream. What the heck, guys? Okay. So we should probably add some layers to this cake. We'll do a little, oh, that is the wrong brush. We should probably use the correct one. Add some like, add some kind of glaze, maybe. Okay. Maybe we add some. I'm gonna do this on a separate layer so I can just cut straight through. so we now have some layers that I will have to draw on the other weird perspective side, so, didn't think that one through. Oh, that was almost a tangent. We'll be avoiding tangent lines on this cake at all costs. And we can merge those together since they're pretty much the same, and they're also nowhere near each other, so no harm, no foul. Have you guys seen those cakes that are like the ones that have, like strawberries and other kinds of like fruits, like in the like filling parts of it that like look super cute? Those are fun. I don't think I've ever actually like gone to try one of those to my knowledge though, but I could also just flat up be forgetting a time where I have, which is equally as likely. Okay, so now we got some nice cream and some other stuff in there. Let's do. Oh, I bet I could do like a little dollop on cream of cream on top. Might be a little bit fun, kind of similar to how I did the one for the Poke Puff earlier. Block out the shape first. Oh, it could also be one of those like really, those really smooth dollops of cream that are, I don't like the ones that like you don't. I think it might just be like a different piping bag tip now that I think about it to do like that versus that, but that might also be fun. We could put like a little strawberry in it or something. Or, I'm slowly realizing why my, why I'm an, like a 2D and animator kind of artist and not like a cake artist or something, as I'm being very indecisive about how to decorate a drawn cake. Cake artist? Oh no, I could never. I know that, I've drawn some other fruit stuff in the past, but, not a lot of cake. What could make this better? Oh, what if we do a cherry on top instead? Since that will let me keep the little dollop on the end that I like, and it's a nice good shape, but it'll also let me have a little something on there. We're gonna draw the cherry separately off to the side, so that way we don't have to worry about it too much. This little, mostly round shape, but like a little bit of, like, a little something going on at the top, because they're not a perfect circle. Very few fruits are. We'll just have to remember to add a stem as well, and maybe a little bit more liquefied tool, because we love her. We love her. We'll do a little cherry stem. A little stylization on it too, because, you know, exaggerate some shapes. It's nice and fun. It adds a little bit of visual appeal to it, which we always love. It's on this layer, right? Okay, cool. So little. There we go. A little cherry on there. Might be able to situate that a little bit better. Okay, that works, that works. Add a little divot where it's actually being a little bit pushed into the cream for stability. Maybe also erase some of the lines that are now going through each other because of that. I think should be that one. Yep, okay. Okay, I want to work on that back whipped cream a little bit more, and then maybe we add some kind of like maybe we do like a little like drawn in highlights to like, you know, give it a nice little feel, or maybe we add like a little cute plate or something. I don't know, jazz it up a little, have some fun with it. Could do a little bit of like a more piping sort of deal. Since there's a lot of stuff that goes on with that for cake decorating, that always looks cool. Yeah, okay, I like that a lot better. Now we can go in and add some little highlights. Yeah, maybe we add just one really long one across the top. Kind of make it look like a shiny glaze or something else is going on here. Kind of almost like they put on a cheesecake or something. Got a little circle in there too. And, you know, maybe we add a little cartoony texture. Because, you know, it adds just a little bit more contrast between like the nice smoothness of that and like some nice textured cake looking bits. Cool, okay. So I think all that should be left for this. Maybe some sort of like a cute blanket or like a, what are those like little, I don't know, some sort of like cute napkin or something, like a cute plate that it can sit on. Might be fun. Oh guys, we could be smart about this and use our very fun artistic skills to just go boom. Where's that? Shrink select area. Let's do shrink it by 5. Oh, not shrink it by nothing. Shrink it by 5. Delete that, and we just have a line art square good to go that I can just warp into place. Because we have decided to work smarter and not harder. Yeah, free transform. Yeah, smart work indeed. No, maybe we draw a little, like, we could draw like a cute pattern or maybe something else on this to kind of make it seem like a nice little, like, little paper, like a napkin or something. Who knows? Might shrink this in a little bit though, since, I definitely got a little bit weird with the proportions of this. Hold on, what is... Oh, I have the wrong lasso tool on. I wish I could draw more explosion patterns for this doggo design. I mean, what's stopping you if I'm being honest? What if the doggo just loves explosions? And you're not gonna be the one to take that away from him, are you? Okay, we just get that one in just a tad more, and I think we should be good to start decorating a little bit. Okay, I lied. Maybe even a tad more. Okay, there we go. That's closer to the shape I wanted. I just came up with the idea of a Bombarian and Palm that was just happened to go boom sometimes. Safely, of course. Oh, that does sound fun. Honestly, I feel like the idea of just like a full, like, what if we just made like someone made like a party or campaign that was just full of dogs? I feel like that could be a lot of fun. Or even just like, you know, expand it further, because why not? Like, just a whole ton of like household pets could be fun. Just because, like, I don't know, I feel like it leaves like a lot of room open for like just really fun options, because there's a lot of different pets people can have, from like, there's cats, dogs, bunnies, fish, like all sorts of different like reptiles as well. Ooh, snakes. Snakes are fun. I don't know, there's options. We love options. Let me see, does this look okay? Okay, that does not look the best. I'd rather be a hamster. Why? I swear hamsters never go in the best way. You gotta be able to choose something a little bit, like, I don't know, safer if you're gonna be playing with something. In a previous old campaign, there was going to be a section in the story where the party would be mostly incapacitated, but since 95% of us have pets, would try to help the main party out of the sticky situations. Oh, that sounds like so much fun, honestly. Also sounds like a good break for the DM if they're like the one who normally voices the characters or other stuff, just to be like, nope, it's your guys' turn now. We're not doing this. Which, I mean, makes it fun for everyone involved, so no harm, no foul. Okay, I don't think I'm the biggest fan of that lace on the edge of the... what's it called? So we're gonna try something else. What about... free transform this again, one of my favorite abilities. We love this. Can we actually just make this to the things of the napkin? Okay, we can. Maybe transform a little bit to kind of give it more of that cloth feel. Okay, that's cute. I like that. Maybe we do some sort of like a little design on the corner, like a, I don't know, little heart or something might be cute. Erase these little extra bits. We're a little bit outside the lines. Transform that and just squash it down again. Okay, yeah, no, that's cute. I like that. Okay, is there any other cleanup that needs to be done? That was the question before. Okay, we can delete that layer because we didn't end up using that. What is on this layer? Oh, that's where the heart is. Okay. The lines of that. Okay, I think this one might also just be done. Alright. Give me 1 second to switch out my stream layout before we wrap things up for today. Well, yeah, I just want to say another huge thank you to all of you guys who came out today. It was so much fun getting to draw and chat with you guys, hear about your day, you know, all the good stuff. And I believe our current plan is that the next time I will be live will be Tuesday to hopefully play some more Split Fiction with Karen Valor. Fingers crossed, which should be about, hold up, I have a schedule. I can check and give you guys the right time. There we go. Should be at around 4 p.m. Central on that day. A little bit later because we both have some earlier commitments in the day. But it was a pleasure having you all, and stream was also, I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah. I will hopefully be doing some more drawing streams like this later. Sometime in the week next week. But meanwhile, I think, and I've never done this before, so I am going to try to not mess this up. I believe we can do a raid. Nope, that's mod view. That's chat settings. I'm going to find the settings to do a raid if you guys are in for this. Where is... I think I might have to do with the Twitch website, not just OBS. Nope, okay. Notifications. Okay, well, I don't think I know how to rate a channel, so I don't think we want to do the whole, me trying to learn that live on stream. However, in the meanwhile, I hope you all have a great day, whatever the rest of your day holds for you, and I will see you all later. Bye!